Aye.
We're live.
Aye.
Paint Liquor, Rattle Can, Dark Mockery, first three. How we all doing?
Aye.
Jason is going to be working on Blood Angels today.
What?
What?
No way.
I think so. What's up, Lumberjack? Tim Moe's Magic. Let me see what you're working on. Pro-Affix.
Today is the glue stream.
The glue stream?
We'll paint too.
Let me fix my focus here.
But
That's okay. People can see you building.
I built a lot last night.
You built a lot last
Look at
night.
this nonsense.
1 second.
So many dudes.
Yeah, you did. That is quite a few dudes. Look at that. Super cool, though. What's up, Brent? Taco Loco. T-Schmid, Big Bob. Brent. Painting time. Let's go, Zilfer. That's right. We are... you know what I realized is that the...
Hopping closer.
Yeah.
I'm making my Dawn Guard.
Yeah. Oh, you're adding some hands.
And I was missing left hands.
Right.
So the amazing...
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend, Brennan
crushed it.
Absolutely crushed it and got me left-handed Blood Angels power swords or
Daggers
combat knives.
Or knives or something.
Yeah, like combat knives. They're like short swords.
They're cool. Cool
This
models.
is not the loadout that these guys have, but unfortunately these guys have grenade launchers that I don't have bits for.
Yeah.
So they normally don't have anything in their hands. They're second hand except for also holding the spear. But they do have a weapon option that is called Equinox blades.
Yeah.
That's a pair of dual blades, and I modeled the chosen
Yeah.
champion with the Equinox blades.
T. Schmidt says, Jason, that's some dude you got there.
I have a lot. I built 30 last night.
The Moon Man says, order the Flameon set and the Dauntless brush set. Nice. You're going to love that. Those brushes are great. I have made them my daily driver.
They are amazing. So I'm going to get these hands on these guys real quick. That means that over the next few days I can find some time to prime them all.
And that's the idea, right?
What?
Well, let me rephrase that. Obviously you're going to prime them.
Obviously the idea is to paint them, yes.
Well, you're going to paint these guys, right?
I mean, yes.
I meant so you'll prime them and then do your red workup, essentially.
Yeah.
And just get them to the red workup.
Yeah, basically I've got to do that and figure out on them because all of these are veterans that I'm at right now. So the only stuff that we've painted troop-wise so far, we painted the one guy who was the test model as a veteran, and the rest of these have all been standard dudes, standard assault guys.
Yeah.
These are all veterans and specialist troops, so they could have different coloring. So I'm planning on making, like one unit of them have black backpacks, black chest plate, black shoulders, and then red legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then that might be this Dawn Guard stuff. And then, is that it? Oh, no, one guy. Banner Boy. And then, might do, because I have to repaint the Sanguinary Guard because they're not Sanguinary Guard anymore. And so I've got to pick a color for them. I may do them gold heads, gold chest, gold shoulders, and then red. So play around with the color schemes a little bit. It would be fun. Our glue is too good, by the way.
It is good. Chicago Hobby Hero says, finished my first BA 40K squad inspired by this stream. First attempt at non-metallic metal.
Heck yeah.
Love that.
Fantastic.
Uber says, did you find out which resin lightning claws were printed with? No, I did not. I did not figure out the name of the resin.
Oh, I don't know. Brennan's got some new stuff he's been testing for how we do stuff here. But I don't know what it is.
Brent says, I've been working in my garage today so I can get my printer leveled so I can print some bits and get to building and painting. It's amazing how I can easily make something a lot more complicated. Hey, Brent, I hear you.
I did the Lightning Claw Bros.
This is a part. Yes.
Why did you back out?
Frankie. Oh, you were.
That's way too close.
That's pretty good. There it is.
I did the dual Lightning Claw Bros.
Right.
I still have to do like trinkets on them and stuff. I have a lot of accoutrement to spice them up a little bit, which I will bitch about when I go to paint, because I'll be like, who put all these doohickeys on here? And it'll only be my fault.
Jason, they're called the Chechapees, by the way.
But that's not a word.
It is a word.
But when we get to the doohickeys...
The Chechapees?
That's not a thing. The doohickeys, you can tell Mama Suchi that...
No. You will tell her that.
Tell Mama Suchi that a Chechapees is not a word.
I don't know, man.
That's some made-up nonsense.
There are limits for me, and that's you can tell it to her herself.
Oh, I will.
I'm sure.
Probably not, but
Picks in Discord. Okay, cool. Yes, this is the part of the Frankie. This is a part of the same army.
Yeah, these are all the same Blood Angels.
Roadside says, "I love the no missed beat on that's not a word."
That's not a word.
T. Schmidt, it's a Chechapee.
Not a word.
In a Chechapee,
stop teaching them.
Here's what a Chechapee is. And a Chechapee is an accessory of an accessory. Does that make sense?
Which is not what I'm talking about at all. So not only is it not a word, it is also the incorrect word for what I was talking about, even if it was a word.
So imagine a keychain is an accessory, and that keychain has a keychain.
So
and a Chechapee.
So that's not what I'm talking about. So it was wrong from the get-go.
Wad, 46 months.
Welcome to Chris's brain, folks.
46 months of friendship. Hey, Wad. I guess so.
And then I did finally finish off the other squad with shoulder pads and heads. So I used some destroyer heads on my Lightning Claw Combat Shield Bros.
Destroyer heads?
With destroyer heads. And then these guys have just got crazy veteran
heads. Veteran heads.
And lots of claws.
I hardly know her.
Paid professional, chat.
Chaos Angel says, getting back to painting, what would you suggest for a Space Wolves workup? Great question. We were just talking about this the other day.
Well, I always have to ask which Space Wolves, right?
Ooh.
If you're trying to do 40K, which is more bluish,
okay,
it's different than 30K, which is more grayish.
Oh, I didn't even know
For
that.
the 30K look, I like the workup that we do in the How to Paint White Without White on the Tau
40K
suit. 40K. 40K is more blue, so I think that starting with like dark gray blue, and then mixing in gray blue into dark gray blue will keep you in that range, and then it's just how much desaturation do you want. White blue as a highlight. So dark gray blue, white blue, right? So we can grab dark gray blue, right? And then gray blue, and then white blue. Kind of has that 40K feel to it.
Yeah.
You could glaze some neutral gray over the top of it if you wanted to desaturate it more, but this is a really good way to kind of do that more bluish 40K. You could also start with blue-black instead. That would desaturate it, mixing in the blue-black to the gray-blue. So you would do blue-black as a base, and then 75% blue-black, 25, 50-50, 25, 75, and then highlight it here.
Nice.
That could work really well. You'd never get this bright of a baby blue. It would be, a much more desaturated version. So that could work really well if you wanted it to be dirtier and less of that blue. Blue tends to look very clean. It gives the idea of cleanliness. And so you have to be careful when, using too much blue on anything.
Don't want to use too much blue.
That's
what I've always
That's what you've always
told.
said. He's never said that ever.
I think I did.
He's literally never said that ever. Ever.
I love the Pro Acryl blues.
Awesome.
They're great blues.
Getting into Kill Team, you're going to do a Phobos Strike Team in Space Wolf colors. Nice.
Okay, that's
nice.
cool. Blood Walrus, welcome in.
Space Wolves are anything but clean. You don't know that. Maybe they take pride in shining their armor before the kill. I don't know.
Maybe. Maybe they do.
I feel like they were always one step away from being World Eaters.
Okay.
But then that's also Blood Angels. So
I see.
I feel like that's a thing. All right, what are we doing today, Chris? Because yesterday...
You said you had a couple more things to do on this. You had the guns, remember, in the hands?
Oh, I got to do the guns in the hands. Do I care enough to do that today? Sure.
Could you do it, like, are you going to do, I guess, how are you going to do them?
Sure, we could do that.
Steel? Because then you're done with this guy, and then maybe you could show us what you're going to do with the bases. Oh, you're not there yet.
I don't know if I want to paint the bases yet, right? I was kind of wanting to get a better feel for it, but doing, the big guy's base would be cool. We could just go ahead and finish him.
I think you're really close.
All right, man, I get it. I'm reading loud and clear.
Yeah. Are the Space Wolves the only ones that brewed up a drink strong enough to get a buzz? I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny to me, so I laughed and giggled.
Do they get drunk? Oh,
look at that. What is that, Jason?
it's a thing.
1 second. What are the people looking at right now?
It's a thing. I have a thing.
Ooh. That's one of our framables.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Look at that.
It's kind of a cool thing.
Okay.
This is the first off-mold test. These are molded resin.
Yeah.
So this is the first one that's fresh and new, and they're checking out the mold and making sure where the issues are. There's a couple of minor issues with it, but I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
She's looking very good. So this is on our line of framables.
Yeah.
Next to...
Nice. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, I was wondering where you had put that guy. Check
literally
that out.
Right here. So there's 2 framables so far, and the third one, the sculpt is done.
Yeah.
So we
That's
just need
cool.
to get going on that one. So I'll get that one to Brennan, and he'll start working on the supports and everything for the third one, and then we'll have the trio of framables just about ready. I'm excited. Mucho excito. Those aren't words, but, whatever. Close.
Nice. Wad says, I'm going to get sappy here for a second. This past summer has been real, will say challenging for me for a variety of reasons, and having the constant consistency of my friends at Monument here Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time has been a lifesaver. So thank you guys. Love your faces.
Wad,
hey,
love your face
Wad,
right back, man.
I can't say enough how much we appreciate you making
100%.
everybody feel welcome, because you're the first one to give everybody an emoji wave when they come in. So
Wad, you're a great bonus to the community,
you.
much like a lot of the people here that have been here for a long time. Couldn't do it without you, baby. Thank you.
No, Mo's asking, is the third one on the fish child?
No.
No, it's not a fish child. That one was a robot.
Yeah, that one is a robot. Duchess Prime is her name. I don't remember what we call the fish guy.
We haven't figured that out yet.
I think the product dev team came up with names.
Fish bed.
For all of them.
Lumberjack says, last night I was painting one of my Rogue Hobbies gobos. I used transparent green over my skin workup. It went too cool, so I threw on some transparent yellow, and it came out perfect. Nice. I love that workup, is what I say to people. Apparently too much, even though that I love...
Apparently too much.
Even though that I love the workup. So what are you doing with this? The same as the steel workup here?
Yeah, I'm just
going for it?
Yeah, easy. There's not much that I have to do here. Just put some color in there, right?
Yeah, okay, I see.
Can you back out a bit?
Yeah.
You don't have to punch out. You can... Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like it right there, Chris.
Okay. I see.
Right there.
That's where you like it?
Right there, Chris.
Okay. Not too complicated. The little workup you're doing.
Do you like it, though?
I don't know. I've decided maybe I just say I don't know if I like this workup.
Okay.
Kay says, I don't know. I think the Blood Angel dudes would look so cool with with some hot dog decals.
What is the hot dog decal thing?
I don't know.
Did you start that?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I don't start nothing, dude.
Oh, whoa.
I just repeat what the people say.
You start all sorts of nonsense.
I don't start nonsense.
Don't you even... Oh, come on now.
Nicholas, 81 months?
Don't try to deflect.
Holy Mary.
Nicholas, don't try to deflect for Christopher.
Thank you coming in with that 81
Nick is
months.
like, must subscribe now to help my friend Chris.
Emerson says, I have about 5 hours over the next 3 days to paint a 1K CSM list for a team game. What is a silly list, and how do you paint it so quickly? We don't know a silly list, but...
What's the game?
CSM?
Oh, Chaos Space Marines? 1,000 points? I'm not familiar with Chaos Space Marines. Do you have... Like, is there still in 40K, like, list building rules? You have to have compulsories, like HQ troops, that kind of stuff? Or do you just get to build what you want? If it's you just get to build what you want, I would suggest doing all the obliterators. Can you just take all obliterators?
Yeah. Stan says, use the dead skin workup from the YouTube shorts, a part of my shadow color was Payne's gray to match the rest of the model. Man, I thought I was getting better at glazing until trying that skin. I have, however, embraced my inner Baby J and repainted Payne's gray and made a note of where I... Nice. Nicholas says, I'm looking to buy a local hobby shop.
Wow.
Who will I talk to carry the best paint line?
Are you serious? That's awesome, by the way.
That is cool.
Excited for you. Hope that goes well, if you're being honest. And then as far as like getting Pro-Acryl in there for the best paint line, because we all know that's the case, you are more than welcome to contact us directly here at support@monumenthobbies.com, and the sales team will jump right on it. They'll get it over to them. All we'll need to know is your store's info, name, location, that kind of stuff. Were they already carrying it if you're buying a local store, or are you starting from scratch?
That's a really cool endeavor.
Mucho applauded.
FLGSs are a key component to the success of the hobby. So if you can make a really cool, fun community in that would be cool.
Just white, blue, into blue, black. On the rest of the stuff, I used pale yellow. For the guns, I'm just going white, blue the whole way. It'll be fine. And just kind of using an overbrush.
Yeah, Nicholas, definitely call
here.
support for that when you open it. They do not currently carry it, nor does any shop local to me.
Great.
That's even better.
Yep. Sales team will work with you directly and get you set up. We are waiting on the new display racks right now, but they have lots of options that they can get you going as soon as you need it.
Roadside Miniature says, I have a recipe question. I've
Sure.
been working on a black leather workup. Right now, I'm basing with Payne's gray, working into blue gray, then filtering with a 2-to-1 brown-black mix of transparent as a filter. I haven't tried it yet, though. Now, there's no question in there. Are you just looking for an opinion, or?
I think it can work. The blue-gray is bright, but maybe not bright enough. If you use Payne's gray and white blue, you'll go through a color that is very similar to blue-gray.
Yeah.
And be able to put enough highlight together to still, read as black cloth, but, give you some space to knock it back with your wash. The blue-gray may not get you bright enough to give you the kind of texture and highlight you need to then have it be readable once you put the wash over the top. There you go, gun, easy.
That went quick.
I mean, 3 colors. It's 2 colors, 3 mixes. I'm just, base coat, mid-tone, highlight. It's nothing.
Okay, Roadside Miniatures. Yeah, I was trying to see if that would work to hit the look I'm after.
Yeah, I think you could. Like I said, I think you might want to go to white blue like I'm doing here, and you can create the gray blue style color out of that. but it will still allow you to go bright enough to pull off your textures. Because remember, when you put the wash over the top, everything's going to darken up considerably. And so the thing you need to be careful of is making sure that when you darken it up, you don't lose definition of what you're trying to paint. Right? Yeah, I think that works for gun in fist.
Gun in fist.
Super simple.
Super cool.
Now we paint the base.
What's up, Michael Holtz? No, you're not going to do the base.
No, I just said I was going to do the base.
Oh,
You're the boss of me. You don't get to tell me what I say.
Oh, my goodness. Ruben, 101 months. Can you believe it's been 5 years? Yes, Ruben.
Not possible.
Ruben was hired 5 years ago.
Not possible.
Ruben, you're the man.
Not possible. I don't believe it.
Ghost who says, is Jason going to finish a mini? Mark this moment, chat.
Oh, eyes.
What do you mean eyes?
We didn't do his eye lenses.
Oh.
So first we got to do eye lenses.
Okay. Can you walk us through this, Jason?
I might be able to.
A good lens workup.
A good lens starts with white.
Okay. Why do you start with white?
Just to create the backdrop and get a nice bright underlaying color. If you just go in and you paint the greens, you can do it, but you'll spend so much time painting the same teeny area over and over again that you can, cause yourself some problems with making mistakes. So I tend to go brighten it up, much like we did the claws, where we went in and, painted the white on the claw and then put the transparent over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of thing we'll do here. Just make sure you're moving the model around to get the best angle on it. Eyes are always tough because they're so small, even on this bigger dreadnought, that easy to get outside the lines. Do yourself a favor and just turn the model the way you need to make sure you can get it in there. And I typically try to leave myself a little bit of area around the eye in dark color. It's easy because we painted the head black here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's much easier for me to do so. That way that little dark frame around the eye gives it some more depth as we do the next steps.
Yeah.
Where we add color on it.
Now, Breakup Google says you got to blast this guy with some noosh.
No.
They're very clean.
This is the anti-Grimdark army. is how I've approached it. I'm really trying to make it look like, combat ready, good looking, but I'm not worried about weathering it too much. I'm baking all my color in there from the get-go.
Yeah. And so it's just straight up bold titanium white.
Bold titanium white. Paint the inside of the eye. Leave a little bit of a dark rim around the outside of the eye. Usually whatever you've painted the helmet in, unless the helmet itself is white as well. Then you might want to start by black on the eyes, and then white inside the black, and leave a little bit of a black halo around it, or a dark neutral gray, something like that. Works really well. Then we are going to get the tried and true pow.
Nice. The
bright yellow green.
Yep.
You could mix transparent yellow and transparent green here as well. That would work really well. Up to you.
And do you use the white lenses for even smaller dudes?
Yeah. The way I paint all the guys on this army will be this exact same method. thin the color that you're going to use down, and then just kind of load it in almost like it's a wash. You don't want to get it outside the lines, but you can load it into the eye socket on the black outline surfaces as well. It gives it a little bit of a glow. You want to pop in close, right? So get it a little bit out on the cheek and stuff. This is that layer that's going to give it a little bit of that punchy light feel. Not trying to do too overwhelmingly OSL, but a little bit works. And technically, you could just stop there.
What would be the next step?
I'm just going to paint white in again on the inside of that eye.
And why do you do that?
To give it another bright spot. But I think what I may do is I'm going to play around with this and see if, in order to set it apart from a little bit of the gold trim, because the thing that I'm noticing on this guy that we did this way is that the yellow-green, the bright yellow-green of the eye tends to feel a little bit too much like the gold trim. So let's do a little bit of green transparent over the top of what we just did. And it might be that for the future ones, I might just eliminate the step we just did, although I like the lighting on the cheek that created. Take a little bit of the bright yellow green and mix a little bit of the transparent green into it to make it a darker color. Right. Add a lot of water. Now I'm going to get a glaze like that. Right? Just grab a little bit of that and paint that in there. Same way we just did. Try to stick it just in the eye socket, not get this on the cheek if I can avoid it. There we go. I like that better. Makes it actually read as green as opposed to the kind of golden color that it was looking like.
Nice. I'm going to punch in. Can you bring... There it is. Ooh.
Right.
Yeah, it looks great.
That I like a little bit better. Now we take just a little poke of white, right? And I just want to get a nice point on my brush and just get a little poke of white up towards the front. Think of it as trying to locate a pupil, but it doesn't have to be as exact as a pupil. It's really just a glare or a shine spot on the lens, like so. And then I'm thinking yellow transparent just to really make that pop. Again, a little bit of water on the brush. And then just on that little white dot, you don't have to do the whole eye this way, but just on that little white dot that we made, throw a little bit of that yellow transparent.
Nice.
And that's pretty good. And then we'll take this guy, since we're sitting here with all these colors that we have made,
Change
and do
him
the
up.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to go back, because he already has the first step done. I'm going to go back with the transparent green step and just kind of drop it in there.
It's a great green.
Yeah, this is just transparent green and bright yellow green. Remember, you can mix the transparents with other colors and they work wonders.
Yeah.
Right. So that
Nice.
and now you can see why you leave that kind of dark halo around the eye, so that it gives that feeling of depth, like the lens is round.
Yeah.
When it's really just a flat piece in there.
I zoomed in a lot, but I
Yeah,
think you
that's
can
fine.
really see what that looks like. Look at that. That's perfect.
Right. And then just right over the top of that, get my brush to where my point is right. Am I on? Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then just get in there, and like I said, just kind of towards the pinch of the nose, you want to give yourself a little glare. My white's a little bit too thin.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Same thing on this side. Just steepling my fingers, make sure I can get my hand in there correctly. Like that. That is a better white, not quite as thin. There we go.
Sweet.
Right.
Nice.
And then the transparent yellow.
Yep.
And try to, like I said, I'm not putting it over the whole eye in this case. I'm just hitting the transparent yellow right on the white.
Nice.
And you could, if you wanted to, you can go and hit that with another little dot of white as a shine. I don't typically bother with it on Space Marines. That's enough.
Yeah.
That gives enough contrast on the eyes to make it look like you spent some time, making it work. That's fine.
Cool.
Works pretty well.
Nice. Thank you, Jason, for showing us that. And by thank you, I mean I like recording those little bits for you guys.
Yeah. Right. And then we've got dreadnought eyes. I think one of the things that I had seen that I wanted to focus on yesterday was that the pale yellow didn't get bright enough for me.
Let me go back up to Emerson. Do you have a memorable story about making a color you thought was going to be easy but ended up being a can of worms?
Khaki.
All of them. No,
Khaki.
Khaki.
Yeah, khaki didn't release for nearly a year after we set a place for it because I couldn't get it to be what I wanted it to be. It wasn't that it in and of itself was a bear. I just never liked the color. And then when we nailed it, it's great. But it was a bear getting it to where I liked it. For sure.
Yeah. Stan says, Chris, haven't seen your Thunder Warriors. You're a skilled painter. Thank you. I appreciate that. How much of what you have taken away from the stream / working with Jason and Monument Hobbies? All of it, to be totally honest, right? It's funny because when I'm sitting here, I'm not just passively sitting. I'm watching, right? When you're filming something or you're streaming something, I'm pretty laser focused, right? So I definitely have learned a lot of what I've done through osmosis. And there are a lot of light bulbs for me, especially with underpainting. That has been my biggest light bulb, is like underpainting techniques. I know I keep going back to that rusty metal technique, but I've taken that from Jason years ago, and that has just been like, oh, I can just apply this same technique to something else. And going back to what Jason says a lot, the color doesn't matter, right? The technique is what matters. So I have learned a lot. Plus, I've also learned to actually enjoy the hobby more than anything. right? The actual physical art of doing the painting. So hopefully that answers your question.
That's awesome.
Princess Donut, how much or not would you have a nicer chair helps the old spine during long painting sessions? Having one or not having one?
Buy a standing desk. Realize I'm standing.
Yep.
So I've been standing and painting for 8 years as the primary way that I do this, and I won't turn back. It is just a life changer.
Yeah.
If you struggle with comfort after painting for long sessions, the standing method, I think, is by far the best.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
So much better than everything else I've ever had.
Earl Dunk says, any recommendations for painting xenomorphs? I have the transparent black. I know the transparent black is going to be used a lot. I want to get that subtle tone shift. In my reference picks, I can see browns and grays. Any recommendations for painting xenomorphs?
Yeah, I think that, being able to add all those colors and then filter the black over the top is one of the neatest things to learn. It's how I teach painting black in so many different materials, is to really just, focus on using, paint it with like a dark purple shadow base on the xenomorph, and then move from that dark purple, use some browns, use some grays, use some greens, blues, whatever you want, and then filter the black over the top of that to bring all of those colors into, some form of cohesive, single colored thing. And you've seen me do it to the point where it looks like an oil slick, right? You're able to get an iridescence out of painting that way under that still looks like black. The latest one we did was when somebody was asking about how to paint the big Age of Sigmar beetle lady, right?
Yep. Stan, thanks. It does. I thought I would ask if I could see you were laser focused on what Jason was doing with the lens that you have absorbing. Yes, and another big one is trying it. Stan, I would say getting paint on the model and trying what he's doing will make you absorb this even more, right? So just doing it. And having one of those models, Jason was talking about that yesterday, having one of those, in quotes, throwaway models where you don't care a little bit, like you don't have too much risk with it, and then do what he's doing. Give it a whirl yourself. That will greatly help you, or not greatly help you. What's the word I'm looking for? Will definitely increase your skills overnight, I would say, if you just do it. Roadsides. I've also learned a lot by just hanging out in here. I also now try to find ways to underpaint everything, and I 100% blame Jason for that.
Good.
I mean, it's awesome. It comes
I'm okay
out
with being
great.
blamed for that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. In regards to standing, what do you use / recommend for standing on while painting?
I have this weird
ergonomic pad.
Ergonomic pad, yeah.
That definitely helps.
It's a standing pad made for, when you're at work standing too long. And it has all these weird little nodules and humps, and the edges of it are higher than the middle of it. And I'll switch my stance, and I'll put all my weight on my left foot and then all my weight on my right foot. And as I do that, the feet are in different locations, so it raises and lowers your hips as you stand, keeps your knees from locking, which is a major concern if you're standing too long. Talk to anybody in the military. If you stand at attention for too long with your knees locked, you can pass out. So, you need to avoid that kind of stuff. Quick little blend there.
Yes, Dark Marker, he is standing.
Yep. 100% of the time you watch me paint, I'm standing.
Yep. Lumberjack says, I'm driving for 97% of the streams I'm here for, and Still Fuse has helped me become a better painter.
Thank you, Tim. I think it's, it's your attention span too, right? It's that if you can pay attention, and if I can find the right words to
Yes.
use in a way that you understand, that's, we talk about it all the time, how I'm constantly revisiting how I say a particular thing, hoping to find the one that clicks for you. You may have seen me do non-metallic metal a million times, and then you're like, why is it just now, 3 years later, that I'm finally understanding this? Well, your brain was in the right mode to hear it. I said it in the right way for you to learn it. Never get mad that you can't pick something up the first time. It's hard, as a teacher, as an artist sitting here trying to share with you. It's hard to know what word is going to kick it off for you.
Yeah.
And really make it make sense. And so we just keep trying. Keep coming up with new ways to say it.
Yeah. Damaging says, attempting to make a scheme for a more dark and modern ultramarine with airbrush. Do you think starting from dark navy blue and making regular blue the top color would be enough contrast?
Yeah. For sure. Those are good colors. The blue can be pretty bright if it's on a back in a field, and that might get you exactly where you want to be. And that's the exact way to think about it, right? Just how would you paint the ultramarine if you're doing him bright, and then just go one step darker and take away your bright highlight? And all of a sudden you've got a darker, gloomier version of that feels like the same coloring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Works really well.
Roadside says, not having to fight with the paint to get it to do what you want helps a lot too. So Procurl plus the wise words of Jason have helped me grow in my painting skill by leaps and bounds. I don't think I'd be at the level I am if it wasn't for that combo.
Awesome.
That's definitely the tool as well. That's what changed my painting game.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I literally, when I get up here and I say that the principal thing for me is to have people find somewhere near the type of enjoyment that I get from painting, that's it. Like, I will go to the end of my days, espousing that, hey, if you want to have some fun, find a model you like, and then just kind of go away into painting it.
Yeah.
Just kind of disappear into this hole of putting paint on the model, because there's so much cool stuff you can do. And every brushstroke can be really cool and inspiring almost. You're like, oh my God, that looks so good. And so you do the next one, and the next one, and the next one. So
yeah,
I just wanted to brighten up the gold there a little bit. I think that the gold was bright enough until we did the silver or the steel. And then the steel wound up being brighter than the shine spots at the very top of the gold. So going back and brightening that up, I think, has a big effect. Now the gold is of an equal brightness as the steel and puts it all back in focus, just with a little bit of bright pale yellow in the points. I think helps a lot. That and the fact that the claws, while not being overly bright, are very distracting because of their texture and the yellow on them. So, all right.
Earl Dunk says, I've replaced a lot of my paints with yours. They're awesome.
Thank you.
Nice.
That's awesome. That means the world.
Yeah.
Just thank you for giving us a try, and thank you for noticing the difference and sticking with it. It's amazing. 8 years ago, I would have never expected that this many people in the world, all over the world, right? Hundreds of thousands of people have taken the plunge and have decided that our brand of crazy painting works for them, and that's awesome. Adding us to your repertoire, or having us as one of the tools in your toolbox, is very meaningful to me. Having been a guy that spent a lot of time in my garage with a lot of tools, and knowing that between my Craftsman and my Snap-on tools were kind of my go-tos, and I felt like the Craftsman wrench was better than the Snap-on version and vice versa at different times, it is very meaningful that our tool that we've made sits in your toolbox alongside other great tools.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love it.
Damaging says, thanks, Jason. As a follow-up, would you put dark gray blue between the dark navy and the regular blue, or do you think it would be better to just mix the navy and the blue progressively?
I think I would mix the navy and the blue. Again, that feels like it gives you a better overall end than throwing a bunch of colors together. But again, adding some shifted hue in there from other colors can work really well too. So it's an either or thing. You can try it and see if you like it, and if not, mix it. Or if you just want to start with 2 colors and put your brain at ease knowing that that's the way to go, then start with the 2 and mix them. You know, I'm a big fan of both of those. You'll hear me a lot of the time say, you know, when painting, one of my biggest goals is to use fewer colors to create more colors. Because then I don't have to stare and get analysis paralysis of what's the next color I should use. Well, you already know.
Yeah.
You pick a dark one and a light one and you mix them until you get your midtone out of them. Now, that doesn't always give you the color depth, right? Because you're going to be very, very triad oriented when you do that. The middle color is going to be right in line with the other 2. And that works. And then add in a third color that's a little off base, right? Like start with a purple shadow, move to the like dark purple into the navy blue, right? And then you start adding the navy blue to the purple. That's going to give you one shade. Then you go navy blue to gray blue or white blue, and you mix those, and that's going to give you another hue that you go through tint, tone, and shade with. And so you still introduce really cool coloring on the model, and you still keep it simple. But that's why you see me start most of my models and most of the things that I paint with a minimum of 3 colors. And then I'll mix those 3 colors together. Now, that's not always true. You've seen me do a lot of my non-metallic steel with just 2 colors. But when I'm army painting, that works. If I was doing like display models, I would not do it with just 2. I would then add other colors into it for that environmental coloring.
Yeah.
I'm just taking a black-brown primer right now, by the way. I didn't mention it, but I'm just using black-brown primer right on the brush as a way to get my earth tone going and cover all this overspray up.
Gamer Derek says, working on painting epic warpath models. Any tips for working at 10 millimeter scale?
Boy, it's tough, right? Because you want to make sure you grab detail where the sculpt allows it. Like if the sculpt's got detail, you don't want to lose it. So I typically just base coat wash and then work on my highlights, because it's tough because you have to make sure you don't put too much contrast into the model, because they're so small, you blow out your details quick. So it's a totally different world of painting in that regard. But yeah, I think that I base coat, I wash, and then I find a way to dry brush back up. If you're going quick, then you know you can use a dry brush to do that. If you want to take the time, then pick out the details one by one with the brush. Some of those models in that Epic Warpath are really cool. They've got some really neat details to them. So again, I don't want to waste them. I painted a lot of Flames of War, you know, and you get the 5 mil military guys, you know, and when do you choose to cut corners? I think that base coating for, you know, tunic pants on humans and then shade and highlight back up is very simple and still gives a really good look. So you can take that method.
NKH says, you spoke yesterday about copying artists to learn.
Yeah.
Like I copy you for underpainting, but what do you look for when you do it, learning the how and not the why? All I'm doing is looking at complementary.
How do I do it?
Yeah, so I guess what do you look for when you do it? So when you're learning from another artist or you're copying another artist, what are you doing in particular? That's a good question.
It's a great question. I don't generally anymore copy other work. What I will do is if I find something I like, I think what I'm hearing you say is what I do. I dig into the why they've done it, and I commit that to my near-term memory. And then if it's something I want to add, go try, then, you know, I might take a quick snapshot of it, save it to my phone or something, save the link, and keep it up on the screen so that I can pick my color base and then go and, you know, start painting. But I won't copy as much as I will try to understand, oh, I see how he's used magenta instead of, red for this thing. He used a very vibrant, you know, pink or whatever, or this artist used this particular color in place of what I would normally use. So I've studied the look of it real quick and said that, okay, normally I would have done a dark, blue or purple shadow there. Instead, they've done this kind of more pinkish magenta shadow there. And it gives a really neat effect. Not quite OSL, but something close. And so then I'll either write that down or commit it to memory or take a picture of it or whatever, and then I'll go paint a model. And I'll say, anywhere I would have used this shadow color, try doing it with this other color instead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking at the why, or how they've implemented the thing that I think makes it look cool, and then I've gone and said, okay, let's put a twist on the way I would paint. So that comparison of what you're looking at to the way you would do it is kind of a good starting point to say, okay, I'm going to go, and now I can see what they've done versus what I would do, and then just go make that happen.
That's a good way of putting it.
Rather than copy it, because I already have a good understanding of everything from anatomy to shading and light, and so I'm less concerned with, if they have it under the jaw, I put it on the jaw. I kind of take in the whole picture real quick and say, instead of this mid-tone being done in flesh tones, they've used jade, or they used, some weird color that I wouldn't have thought of. And so I'll be like, okay, well, I'll start with my shadow, then I'll do jade instead of, shadow flesh, and then I'll start using flesh into jade to make it work. Jadey kind of greenish skins that also go up to more human tones is a really neat factor of things like Boris Vallejo and Frazetta and things like that. And so I'll look at a picture and I'll be like, okay, instead of the way I would color skin, they've turned it on its head and used, jades into warm flesh tones so that it still looks very pale but has an unnatural shadow to it. And so I'll go in and do the same thing. That's what we did on this one, right? I was just kind of looking, like when this model came across, I was like, well, let me go look at some Frazetta stuff and, how he still, pulls it off and doesn't make it look too alien, but it does exist in a world where she could be like a Martian or a Venusian or something like that, right? Or just in some really weird light. And so I'll just replace the colors that I would normally do with new colors, but I still use all the same techniques to blend it like I would for regular skin. I don't paint it any different. It really is just substituting the colors in with the values and the workups that I would normally do.
So Reed says, been working on metallic brown every time it feels to come out too flat and a lack of richness. How do I introduce hues into the shades and make a more interesting, vibrant brown?
Brown is not traditionally a vibrant color until you get it into where it's really orange. So don't feel bad unless you want to push it into oranges. Saying a vibrant brown is tough, right? Because brown is a very earthy tone. In its vibrancy, it does never get bright. And so we mix those terms a lot. And what you're looking for is something that stands out. Like black brown right now doesn't look very brown on this base. It's just a very dark tone that isn't black and isn't gray. It exists in between. And so that's what I'm going for. If I wanted this to be more of a vibrant brown, then I would start adding other vibrant hues to it. Oranges, yellows, things like that help me get it into more of a standout color. Because right now I don't want it to stand out. I want it to retreat into the shadows, right? I just want it to be dirt color, rock, so that it's the base layer of what I'm painting on. But, if you're wanting brown metallic, like you're saying, add some oranges, figure out what the highlight color could be other than just light brown, right? Highlight it up to yellow, warm flesh, things like that. So you add some interest to the color.
Yeah.
And just let the brown part be the shadow or the base mid-tone or whatever you want. And that way you can kind of influence the color outside of its normal hue. Brown's a tough one to work with, right? I find myself moving towards oranges and yellows all the time.
Stan says, sorry, I have a lot of questions tonight, but I'm not painting. No, that's okay. I mean no offense by this. How come you made the brush on primer as this black brown looks to perform perfect with the brush?
Well, because this is going over primer.
Oh, okay.
Right? This was not plain plastic. This stuff is thin to go through the airbrush, so I can brush it on. It says on the back you can apply with brush or airbrush on the airbrush primers. What it will is it will take you more layers, and for new painters, it will not be as rewarding because the first time you put it on, it looks like garbage, and it can be scary to new painters. Whereas I wanted to make sure we had a primer that when you used it off the brush, that was what it was built for. And it covers in like 1.5 coats, right? There might be some points where you have to go back and layer up again, but for the most part, our brush-on primer just works. And so that's the key with that.
Wire says, would you use single pigment inks or washes over the chromatic paint layers be better, or would it matter? Would using single pigment inks or washes over chromatic paint layers be better, or would it even matter?
What are the chromatic paint layers?
Yeah.
Oh, is this off of a previous question? This isn't off the brown one, is it?
Maybe. Wired, I need a little bit more info from you.
Did Wire ask the brown question?
No.
No, okay. Would using single pigment inks or washes over chromatic paint layers be better, or would it matter? I guess I'd have to understand what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Welcome in, bud. Can confirm you can brush it on. Takes multiple layers. If you're me, it takes longer than it probably should.
Well, no, it was meant to be an airbrush primer, but it was also meant to give you a way to prime models if you didn't have access to the airbrush or rattle can or whatever. And then over time, we went and raised the viscosity and opacity of it and came out with the brush-ons, right? It was always the idea that we could have a 22 mil bottle of primer that was functionally built to brush on so that you could take it in with your paints when you travel to the store, your friends, a convention, and make sure that that new model you picked up at the convention you could actually prime and paint.
Yeah.
And it works great for that. While doing layering but using paints that aren't single pigments. So, I say this in a way that is not meant to be derogatory, but forget about single pigment paints. Single pigment painting, if you use it, a lot of our colors are single pigment. Transparent yellow is single pigment. All the transparents are single pigment except for the brown. And the brown is mainly single pigment. It has a little bit of yellow in it. So there is a wives' tale, urban legend, whatever you want to talk about, that single pigment paints are better. Incorrect. Single pigment paints give you a different experience. Most pigments are very translucent, so single pigment paints can be seen through. So you have to paint base layers underneath them in order to get them to function properly. Our transparent paints don't do very well at base coating models with them. But you won't find a higher quality paint than our transparent line, right? Because the transparent line allows you to take what is the equivalent of our expert acrylics that are already liquid, right? They have a function. They're great. But single pigment, the misnomer, and I want to make sure we're not talking about this, and I don't know if you are, Wire, but the misnomer is that for some reason a single pigment paint will perform better than hobby paints. The reality, the truth behind it, is that most hobby paints are mixed without a pure pigment starting point that is the color that the paint is. And let me clarify. If I pick up a green paint, I should expect that the raw base pigment, the pure pigment in that paint, is green. Not yellow plus blue, which will give me green, right? But that's not what I want. I want a green pigment so that when I mix it with other paints, it stays green and influences the mix as a green would, as opposed to what happens when I mix a color that is blue plus yellow, making green, and I mix it with another color. It does not stay green as I mix it. It trends towards either blue or yellow because that's really what it is. When I mix blue and yellow, they don't become green. Your eye sees green, it stays blue and yellow. So when you get to that level of understanding, you'll know that what I'm looking for is pure pigment paint. That I don't even know what that means, but other companies in our industry use that as a marketing thing. You want the color to be based out of the pigment color that it is. So greens are greens, browns are browns, reds are reds, yellows are yellows, all of that, so that it will act like the color you hope it is when you mix it. The problem is that most hobby paints are not made that way. They're made like they make house paints. And while it may be that you get lucky and a green has a green base, a lot of times it might be blue plus yellow because it's just a computer algorithm that says this hex code equals these pigments spit into this medium and gives you that color. House paint mixing is fantastic. It's what coatings companies do all over the planet, and they do it very well. Sherwin-Williams, Behr, any number of companies over, HMG, all these companies in Europe that make all these other hobby paints for our competitors, they make fantastic paint. The problem is it's not made to mix. It's made to be opaque and to be the absolute finest color it can be. Put it on the wall, you get the exact color you thought you were going to get. Mix it with another color, you get mud, because that's not what they're built for. Artist acrylics, like ours, both our Expert line and our Pro Acryl line, are built to mix like the color it is in the bottle. 100%. They won't turn to mud, so forget single pigment in your vocabulary when using our paints. And that's the way I will talk to you, because I have an expectation that the paint should mix as the color it is in the bottle. And a lot of hobby paints don't. They start to desaturate real quick. They have way too much white base in them, whatever it is. So if you mix a yellow into a green, at some point it comes more grayish than the yellow green you're hoping for. It loses its vibrancy and so on. Our paints don't do that. So when you ask if you should use a single pigment paint over the top of these chromatic paints, I don't know if what you're asking for, if what you're asking is to correct the fact that the chromatic paints aren't as vibrant as you want. I don't know what a chromatic paint is, right? So help me there. Okay, good. So wires, this is helping.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So you can use like the transparents, which are a pure single pigment paint, and you can glaze them over the top of colors that aren't quite as vibrant as you'd like them to be. And of course, they boost the vibrancy. That's one thing that they will do well. Pure single pigment paints like our expert acrylics and the transparents and a lot of the other colors in our line will glaze fantastically because they stay true to color when you thin them down to almost nothing. And they will boost vibrancy of the underlayers, right? So that's a function of what you expect glazing to do, but you have to have good paints to start with in order for that to work. Okay, bingo. So that'll help you tremendously. What you'll find with Pro-Acryl is it doesn't lose vibrancy as you paint with it, right? Like I don't have to do anything over the top of my colors to really boost the vibrancy unless I have purposely desaturated them first. Like you'll see me with the blacks and the times where I brown leather, where I will use crazy desaturating colors for value. And then I'll add the actual, hue and tone back into it with a glaze over the top with a transparent brown or something like that. Do underpainting color choices have to complement the main color, or is it more of a temperature hue thing? I'm sat looking amp green blue and wondering what I'd use as a shadow. So when we look at the bright green blue, like this one, yeah, I mean, you can use just about anything. You might, I don't know, you could even use reds as long as they weren't too vibrant. The only thing with vibrant red and vibrant green, and this isn't exactly super vibrant green, but anything with reds and greens is if they're used to where you can see the colors separately, it tends to look like Christmas. It's just a mental thing. It's not that they're bad. They're great colors together, but sometimes it can give you a funky look when painting. But no, I tend to attack underpainting shadows as a temperature thing, and I go with cooler temps in the shadows, warmer temps up top, or like if painting something that's supposed to look cold, like our bear, then I went with a warmer purple, right? I used, instead of the dark purple, I used the royal purple. So my shadows have a little bit more warmth to it, which actually breathes life into something that otherwise would look very cold and frigid, right? So the royal purple made it, not that it's blood under the skin, because he doesn't have any real skin showing. It's all fur, except in the palms of his hands. But you can make that choice too. So, like a warmer purple in the shadows is fun sometimes. I don't let a whole lot of it show because it tends to look like some weird glow, which is not what I was looking for here. That can be awesome too. You just have to kind of have you have to know what's going to happen to set that expectation for yourself. But using temperatures like that, when Jordan was painting this kind of, cooler tone of purple, like faded purple on this. No, pop back in. He also used more of a dark plum, warmer shadow on this, which I think is fantastic, right? It gives a good contrast, but it's all temperature based. You could have used dark blue on here, but it would have made it look more frigid because his skin is that desaturated purple that when mixed with blue can look like ice or something very cold, right? But there's all sorts of choices there. The rule of complementary colors and the color wheel type theory is good, but I tend to say don't get too hung up on it because we like to teach something called the hue saturation value cylinder, HSV cylinder. If you Google it, you'll find some really good images. The HSV cylinder is such that it shows you that as colors desaturate, which a lot of times when we're painting grimdark, military, sci-fi, fantasy, we use a lot of desaturated colors, a lot of browns for leathers and woods and things like that, a lot of camo greens, which are desaturated, a lot of not really vibrant play school colors. We don't use a lot of Lego colors when we paint Space Marines. I mean, sometimes you paint Imperial Fists, right? But even as I'm painting Blood Angels, my red is not Lego red. It still finds a way to be desaturated because of the kind of pinkish salmony tone I've used my highlights with, and because of the Payne's Gray that I've used to shadow it, right? So it doesn't have the same impact as just a single color primary red, bright, vivid red. It's still red, but it's not quite that level. And so as we desaturate colors, all colors work together. Colors that they would tell you never to use together in an art class will work perfectly together once you desaturate them, because as you desaturate them, they either move more towards white, black, or gray, right? And as things get towards white, black, or gray, they all work together, because white, black, and gray all work together. They're neutral. So as you desaturate a color, it gets more and more neutral in its hue, and a neutral hue works with everything. So every color, as you desaturate it, works with every other color. And so when we're painting, there's a lot less rules, so long as you're desaturating the color by thinning it, by mixing in a gray or a white or a black into it, things like that. So you get a lot of freedom in what you can do. And again, if you pick a shadow color like a dark purple, mix dark purple with your next layer of color, and you might even get a muddy color, but it'll help tie it all together. P3 apparently came out with pure metallic paint. Not sure either way what that really means. Yeah, neither did they. Vince reviewed them and said he likes the silver. I've always heard, any tips for edge highlighting a dark yellow? Depends on how you want to push the yellow. I mean, I typically use pale yellow over all my yellows. But with edge highlighting, the key is to keep the edge very thin, because then it just acts like a reflective color. And so you can use pale yellow on just about anything, right? But you have to have your dark yellow. What is your mid-tone color? I'd have to see it to make sure, because you may not want to go as bright as pale yellow goes. You might use khaki. You might use warm flesh, right? You might use something that's more of a mid-tone color to highlight if you're really trying to keep it dark. One of the big pitfalls is, and we talk about this a lot, is thinking that you have to go to a really, really bright color to edge highlight. These guys are all edge highlighted in the salmon color. My edges still pop out. They're not super bright. This is more akin to what cloth would reflect like, and not metal. So then you go back and you add the pale pink over the top of that, and the pale pink then brings the reflection in on it, but the salmon highlight is still there. So a lot of times I will do double highlight. I will highlight with a mid-tone color first, and then just put pricks of light, pinpricks of a brighter reflection on there, to then give it the material reflection that it has. In this case, sort of a dirty metal, right? So if you have dark yellow and this is bright enough, then you could use something in the mid-tone like warm flesh or something like that, and then you would hit a little spot of pale yellow across it to give it brightness if it were shiny metal.
A lot of great questions today, you guys. Also, just for all of you, I'm testing something new with my chat, so I can respond a little bit easier to YouTube, so that you guys can see some of the highlighted stuff. So I'm testing that out. So you have to let me know how it's going.
Brown gray.
Chris's Thunder Warriors. If you put them in front of me and say you was painting good armor, I would have been before thought how the purple, dark yellow, and the orange color, it would have helped me realize that it didn't have to use a certain brand's 6 triad system to get your shadows. It's I don't know. It's a miracle for me, right? So
it's funny because I tend to want to have fun when painting, and for me, fun equates to playing with color, because that's really what we're doing. We're playing with color. And there's some neat things. And a lot of what I paint looks like it is, at the end, looks very, triad-based, if you will, right? It looks like I started with a darker yellow. If we take this Imperial Fist and I show it to you, it looks like, oh, yeah, that's great. That's a great yellow, But when you think about it, this is mahogany as a base, burnt orange as a mid-tone, pale yellow worked up over the burnt orange, and then yellow transparent over the top. Right? So it's a very simple way to do it, but by using colors, pop in close on this guy, by using colors that are not all just triads, the burnt orange when covered with the pale yellow gives me a much more earthy environmental feel in the shadows. The mahogany makes sure that my shadow doesn't turn into the greenish black. It keeps the yellow, right? But gives me a good shadow that almost moves towards a brown, right? So on this guy, it's a really simple technique. And then but I didn't use just all yellows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could consider that orange and yellow are in the same family, but giving a little bit of an orangish hue in there, I think brings life into yellow that otherwise is boring if you don't. The same way that on my Blood Angels, right, the red is made more, given more depth by the fact that I use blue and plum in the shadows, and then the red just as the topical color, the midtone and really a highlight more than anything. Just keeps it interesting, as opposed to dark blue, mid blue, blue. But for a newer painter, that makes sense. Because as a newer painter, what you're really trying to do is understand value and volume, right? And if I can hand you colors like dark jade, jade, and bright jade, now you understand it. I start with dark jade, I use jade over the top of that, and then I put bright jade as a highlight, and it works. It looks great, right? And then you start saying, oh, but what if I started with dark purple and then dark jade and bright jade? Or took out the dark jade altogether and went dark purple, jade, and bright jade. Now you have something that looks even more rich because it isn't just one color. Because you look around in the real world and nothing is just one color. Because the reflected light of the sun and whatever else is next to it, it inherits the color of its environment, and that can be limitless as to what the possibilities are. So what I like to do is just, I'm not trying to say that something in the environment here is Payne's gray colored for the Payne's gray shadow or plum. I'm just saying it's more interesting than dark red, red, bright red. It just is. And because it's just as easy, I start teaching people that way from day one. And if you don't get hung up on, oh, well, what color do I choose? Just use dark purple. Put dark purple on your model first, unless you're painting something that's purple, and then put dark blue. And then just paint all your colors over the top of that. And your models will look better from day one than they would if you just started with dark blue, blue, and bright blue. There are times, though, where I will paint something dark red, red, bright red, dark blue, blue, bright blue. There's times where that makes perfect sense. So don't get lost either direction. Don't think that one way is bad and not. Like I always say, there's enough ways. There's as many ways to paint as there are people painting. So,
Ryan Scurvy, I don't have any crazy things today. But is there an object you would recommend to start practicing non-metallic metal, like a Space Marine shoulder, pylon, or versus a power sword or something like that? Any recommendations for objects for practicing non-metallic metal?
Really up to you. What do you like? I think that the thing for me that I always talk about is rule of cool. I think what gets you going. Do you like Space Marines? Then practice on Space Marines. Practice on whatever Space Marine, leg, armor, whatever. Yeah. They've got some complicated shapes, but they also have some neat, interesting basic shapes, like cylinders on the arm are very cylindrical. They don't have musculature. They're just a flat cylinder. So that makes that a lot easier. So there's a lot of things to Space Marines that keep the shapes basic and easy to use. So those are great if you like Space Marines. If you don't care for Space Marines, then pick something else. But I'm a big fan of the fact that if you like the model, you will spend more time enjoying the process of practice, right? Because the model itself is fun to you.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't like the model, if it doesn't interest you, if you pick up a random, plastic unicorn that's laying around and you don't like plastic unicorns, then, it's not going to matter what you're painting. You're like, the model doesn't inspire you to put paint on it.
Raddock says, this is why I love this stream. What you just said about edge highlighting in a mid-tone and then using small highlights in a bright color made something click in my brain.
Perfect. Yeah, it's so good. It adds a little bit of time, but not a lot, and it gives such a big result. I'm a lazy painter, so I'm only going to, when you hear me say do something, you can guarantee that I've already tested it and it passes the lazy man test, right? The amount of time, whatever it is that I do adds to the model is worth it because I would not waste the time. That's just it. That's not an egotistical statement. That's just that I'm lazy. I don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time on a model. I want to cut the right corners, but the right corners is the key there, right? Cut the corners you can afford to cut and still have your model look good. And add the things and add the time that are going to make the model look the best for the least amount of input. And so for me, that kind of dual highlight is a great way to get a lot back from a very small investment of time. Yep. Big fan. You see me do it all the time. And believe it or not, you can even, if you're going quick, you can dry brush the mid-tone highlight onto the model. And whatever texture it leaves, you kind of get rid of that texture visually by putting the bright highlight on with a brush. Right? Because the bright highlight will be more in focus. I like to think in terms of like dry brushing and airbrushing tend to make the model look out of focus because they have a texture to them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so bringing it back into focus is easily done by doing the edge highlight with your brush. Because that's a nice crisp line, keep it thin and controlled, and then all of a sudden you've got a really good looking model that can happen really quick because you can use the dry brush to put the first highlight on.
Mbork says, how would you go about doing Emperor's Children pink? The more excess, the better, question mark?
Well, I don't know. I guess it really depends, right? They're purple. So I like the dark blue because, like I say, purple is the right answer for your base coat until you paint purple. So I would start with a dark blue or a royal plum. Something in the red hues works. Dark burgundy, mahogany, anything like that works really well. Then work up to royal purple. And then out of royal purple, you can go to faded plum, adding that into royal purple, some of our blues into royal purple, up to you. And then just stop when you get just purple into royal purple. Works great. And then stop when you get the purple that you feel like is your Emperor's Children purple.
Yeah.
And you're done, right? And then highlight it with faded plum or create a highlight color out of that by adding faded plum to one of your stopping points. I like that. You can go to magenta if you want it to be more pinkish, right? Sometimes I see them where the armor is done up to a really nice magenta that doesn't feel like bubblegum pink because it has a really good rich purple underneath it. That works well. I like that. Just the black brown with the brown gray over the top.
Yeah.
Is looking pretty good. That's a neat offset to the red. I don't think I have to go much brighter. I can dry brush some texture on the top of that.
Reed Bishop says, what corners would you say are the most important not to cut?
Ooh, great question. You always need to have 3 values on everything on the model. Don't cut that corner. Meaning you need a shade, a midtone, and a highlight on everything on the model. Now, when I say that, a lot of people fall victim to the fact that they think everything should be highlighted to the same level. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying everything needs a shadow base, what we call a base coat. Because I base coat in my shadow color, that's when I use those terms that are interchangeable. So start with a good base shade, then a midtone, right? The midtone is what the color you want it to look like is, right? So if you're painting green, the midtone is the green you want it to look like, and then a highlight. And then depending on what it is, if it's at the bottom of the model in shadow, your highlight isn't very bright, your midtone isn't very bright, and your shadow can be as dark as you want it to be. If it's at the top of the model up in the light, then the shadow can be as dark as you want it to be, the midtone needs to be a little bit brighter, and the highlight should be pretty bright to reflect the fact that it's closer to the light source. So you're constantly determining how bright your midtone and highlight need to be, right, over the top of your shadow based on where it is on the model and how bright it needs to be in that regard. But they all need to have all 3 of those. Don't ever cut that corner. There's never a time where putting 2 colors on a thing is correct. And if you do put 2 colors on a thing, it's because the black primer on the model acts as a shade, and then your 2 colors are the midtone and the highlight. You can get away with that. You see me do that all the time. I'll use the fact that in this gun arm, right, I basically just did 2 colors. A quick hit of blue-black because it was already black primer, or I had done it with the Payne's gray. It was already super dark. It's not in an area where I need it to do other than pull out some details so it looks like a rotary cannon. That's it. So 2 colors works great there. But I already had a base coat color on it. So, if you're using the primer as your base coat, then you can do 2 colors and make it quick, right? If you prime in black brown and then you camo green and faded green over the top of that to get your final color in a military green scale, more power to you. Your base color is already unified on the model as your primer. That's fine. But always have 3 values of everything, of color on everything that you paint. Don't ever cut that corner. That's how you achieve contrast and volume on your model that creates interest and makes the things looking like they're supposed to. Any less, and the model starts to look flat and bland. We've all seen them. We've all painted them, right? We've all gone quick and painted a model, and when you look at it, it's like, yeah, not great, where usually a darker shadow or a brighter highlight would have fixed it all and made it look tremendously better. So don't ever cut that corner. I think that's the biggest one. Looking at doing some dirty white for World Eaters, thinking of a shadow of mahogany for like a dry bloodstains. Are there other options? Wow, mahogany would be great. Mahogany is a great dirty contrast shadow layer. For white, it works great. Grays, it works great. For everything, it works great. But that reddish shadow will give you a weird, dirty feel. And if you're going for something like World Eaters, where it's caked blood in the recesses of the armor, chef's kiss. It's going to be great. Hot pink plaid, says Tim. Tim, don't jump on that bandwagon. That is not the bandwagon you want to be on. It tips over a lot. The flip-top lids of the paint provide the same protection as the default lids. No, they don't seal. over time, the little flip nodule that goes down, it will stop to seal because it has friction on it. So the more you pop it open and close, you'll notice it doesn't have the same positive pop. And when you pop it, the lid will come back a little bit and stand open. So I always worry that they don't seal as good. We do them as a convenience for people that for some reason don't like our twist tops, but the twist tops seal. They're the only positive seal you can get on a liquid container, really, without it just being a lid that doesn't open where you have to take the lid off to get to the paint. Does painting a surface, washing it, and then highlighting it with one tone count as 3 values? Sure can, yeah. Yeah, it sure can. The wash acts as your mid-tone, right? So if you base coat in blue, put a black wash over it, you now have your mid-tone and your shade out of that, right? Because that's what the wash does. It's going to be a darker version of the blue that is now your mid-tone, right? And you can highlight back over it. Sometimes you can highlight with the same color you based with. So you can paint blue, put a brown or a black wash or a brown-black wash over the top of it, and then use that same blue as a highlight. Now you have 3 colors. It's going to be very low value, depending on what your first color you started with was. But yeah, that's very valid. Like I said, no matter how you get to the 3 colors, whether it's a wash or a glaze or whatever, just make sure that there are 3 tonal differences in value on the model for each color you have. How you get it is up to you. Any idea on when, where the next convention you guys will be at will be? I sure do. I know them all. The next one will be LVO.
And I think we'll have to talk to Gabe if he's bringing Wizard's Butt.
I don't know. LVO will be there, and I think he'll take Wizard's Butt. It's kind of a thing we do at all the conventions. We will have Wizard's Butt at SMC in the Netherlands, as well as Spiel in Essen over in Germany. Those are in Europe. And then do we have another U.S. one? Oh, TwitchCon, but I don't know if they'll have Wizard's Butt at TwitchCon. Maybe.
We'll have to talk to Gabe about it.
We have a small booth, and we're doing the paint and take at TwitchCon down in San Diego.
No,
those are the last 4 for the year. 4. Those are the last 4. See what I did there? Those are the last 4, because I'm an idiot. They're 4. The last 4 there. What about the dropper lid? Does it not seal? No. Also no. Not in the same way that the twist caps do. The twist caps are a good positive seal that doesn't fail over time. The dropper lid is just a screw-on lid, which you would think would be sealed airtight. It's better than the flip top over time because the threads don't have the same friction, so they don't wear out. But it's still not a great... There's a reason why we don't use either one of those as our standard lid. We don't use a dropper top because the dropper top seeps into the cap, causes problems over time. The flip top loses its ability to close securely, right?
Yes, it is in San Diego. TwitchCon, isn't it?
Yep. Same place Comic-Con is, I believe. Yeah, LVO is in October now.
It's because this is the second one this year.
Yeah, it's the second one this year. They did the standard January one, and then they've come back and redone their whole calendar and are doing one in October. And that'll be where it is from now on, to my understanding. All right, what's the right gray next? I think gray-green.
A lot of good questions, you guys.
I think gray-green is my dry brush. You think? It may not be bright.
I thought you weren't even doing the base.
Huh?
I thought you weren't even going to do the base.
Chat, will somebody slap him
what do you
for
mean?
me? Can you reach through the internet and go...
I am...
Like Bugs Bunny glove style? Like, pap!
What are you talking about?
Dude.
What did you say? I know you're doing the base, but I thought you were just priming it back to black.
Dude!
I'm sorry.
What did I say at the very beginning when I said, what are we going to do today? You said, oh, there's a few things you said you hadn't done. The guns. Oh, yeah, the guns. And then it was the other things. And I said, and I might as well just finish the big guy. And you go, you're so close. I can feel it. Didn't we have this conversation?
Yes, but I didn't know if that meant the base, too. I thought you were waiting to do all the bases.
So the part
later.
where you said, aren't you going to do the base? And I said, no. You said, but you're too close, meant that you didn't know it was the base.
I have a new workflow I'm doing it behind the scenes right now where I'm pinning each comment in YouTube and in Twitch so that everybody gets the same love, and I forgot.
See what he did there? Basically, his statement was, I'm doing amazing things for the company. I'm sorry I didn't remember what you told me.
I've realized... just the reality is there's a lot of people on YouTube, and I want to make sure that I'm servicing both pinned messages so that
I think you're doing a great job.
that the pin messages are there. So
as always, for those of you that are joining us on either YouTube or Twitch, remember that if we miss a question, please repost it. We are not intentionally ignoring your question. Understand that as some people ask questions that I get pretty in-depth on because I'm either passionate about them or it just takes a lot to explain, we might steamroll right over it. And while Chris is doing a great job of pinning all of them, he may miss a couple. So just always feel free to tag us at Monument Hobbies, and he'll get back to them.
100%. And you can do that also in YouTube, you guys. And some of you have been doing that. So I have both chats up, essentially. So, and the cork is not... The base is not cork; it's resin printed by.
Yeah, these are all resin printed bases from Elric's Hobbies. They're just poured resin.
Politician? No. Break of Google. False. I am not.
He is.
I am running for mayor for Carefree, though.
He is a politician. Do not vote for Chris.
Jason is going to be my main campaign.
I'm going to dry brush while he keeps gum flapping over here.
No. What Chris basically said was, "Sorry, I was paying attention to everything you said, Jason. I'm too busy paying attention to all of your wonderful customers." I don't know why that's the accent.
I don't think that was the voice they said that in, but
I know that was my quote, so technically that was my voice. So there you go, Wad. That's just for you. Roadside says, "Okay, so like this at Monument, Jason, how many times per day do you fire Chris?" There you go. See, I read the comment. Boom. Pin.
All of them.
Boom. Look at that. Boom.
All of them.
Replace the pin message in YouTube and on here.
All
Perfect.
Of them?
The Lord and Xavier. Great question. I'm struggling getting the red I like because there's no light red because that is pink. To get shadow base and highlight, I need the highlight to be more orange without making it orange. Should I just use orange or the new Nova orange? And technically it's not new, but I know what you're saying. Will that be enough contrast? Should I use Jason's salmon and use transparent red to make the red pop more? Question mark.
You could, yeah. Yeah, you definitely could. Red, like we talk about, is a very hard color to highlight because it pushes you to orange or pink, right? If you use yellows or things like that. Flesh tones are very good to use in there. So, you know, I added warm flesh to red to get the salmon color, and that works really well. But, you know, you can use shadow flesh. You can use some of the flesh tones that have more red in them already. Those work really well. Tan flesh works really well. Mix some of those flesh tones with red and see if you get one that you like. That's usually where I say to start, because those colors tend to treat red better and don't get it overly pink too quick. I'm just squibbing the brush around. I normally say only dry brush in one direction, but on rock, when I'm doing midtones, this is not the final highlight. This is just another color that I want to put on here real quick. I'm just using the brush to squib on
Taco Loco, there's no plans to paint Dark Angels right now. We are just focusing on Blood Angels. Not to say that there could be, but right now we're doing
a whole 30K Dark Angels. Most of it on stream.
When was that? Oh, I see what you're saying. That was a while ago, though, right?
Yeah.
Quite a bit ago. Do you have any ETA on more brushes will be back in stock?
A couple weeks.
Yep, the remaining, we've got...
Sables.
There's some on there right now. I know there's a couple numbers missing, but yeah, those will be back soon.
Yeah, within a month, I hope. It's been a little testy getting the right shipping. We got a bunch of brushes last week, and a bunch of those brushes that we got were things that were already in stock. So... just the way the shipping has been going on that is a little tedious with making sure that we get the right stuff in. But yeah, they'll be soon.
Solom says, lucky for me, I have a great studio, fantastic light from window. However, prone to temperature extreme highs and lows. Stupid question. Is it possible such will negatively impact the shelf life of my Pro Acryl?
Any paint by extreme highs and lows, yes, because you've got a water-based product. So long as it doesn't get to, solid freezing like crystalline freeze, you should be okay on that end. More so than anything is barometric pressure, humidity change that comes with the drastic temperature changes. That can cause a problem because that will change basically the density of the air in the bottle. And that can introduce various types of moisture wicking, if you want to, dehydration in the bottle over time. If you go from really cold to really hot and vice versa, So, you can wind up with your paints not being, they'll be thicker over time. Still usable, but can cause you a little bit of hassle. I like that. That looks good. And then maybe bright brown gray. I just used green gray, right?
Yes, you did.
Or gray green.
Gray.
I don't think that's bright enough.
Green. Green.
I don't think that's bright enough.
Sorry if this has
we'll
been
go
asked
to,
already.
Bright warm gray, actually, because that I know will be bright enough, and it's kind of greenish.
Dark Mockery says, but any update on the dark purple primer?
Hopefully in about a week.
Yeah, and you guys also
just waiting on labels.
Yep.
Literally just waiting on labels.
We will do a social post in all of our socials and in Discord when those go live. So keep an eye out the next week.
Literally waiting on labels.
Yep.
Just got an update from production today. They are ready to go just as soon as the labels get here. So
Valthorn, has the VOD of the airbrush red armor been posted? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Valthorn.
Of doing these Blood Angels.
They are posted, yes. All VODs go live right after
it's not edited or condensed. No, it's just the stream cap.
Go back and look at the thumbnails. You'll see it in the thumbnails, right? Go back, I think it was a couple weeks ago. Look for the Blood Angel thumbnails, and you will see it. I don't have it up right now, but that's when he was painting it. All the thumbnails, as a tip for everybody, when you look at our VODs tab, that thumbnail is the thing that was done, not previously, but at the end of the stream. That's what was done. So go check that out. Anything else dropping with the purple primer? Says Rattlecan.
Well, all three of those colors, purple, taupe, and what's the other one?
Red Oxide.
Red Oxide.
Red Oxide's going to be dope. All of those, I'm going to use them constantly. The dark purple probably being the most. Yeah,
I think dark purple might rival black in primer sales. For the people that watch the stream especially.
100%.
I don't know if the rest of the world's going to get it. Yeah, wait, why do you have dark purple? Like, you
Valthorn,
sweet summer child.
We're releasing 3 new airbrush primers in the next week or so. Dark purple, taupe, red oxide.
And taupe is like a good underlayment for like skeletons.
Yep.
Bone, so to speak.
Ryan says, do you have any recommendations for someone that's never been to a con or a convention for things to do at LVO? I don't currently have a 2K point painted army, and anytime I go to Vegas, it's just to play poker.
Yeah, there's a lot of good pickup games and people just there to hang out. People play all sorts of random games. They also have got other games that have tournament stuff going on. There are narrative events that you can get in on. There's painting that can be done. It has a lot going on. I really like that.
Yeah,
I don't mind that as just kind of a greenish gray stone.
That looks great.
I mean, that's fine. I think the neutral color lets the red really stand out. It's a little bit brighter than I did here, but I don't have to repaint this guy.
That was the one thing I should have done, I think,
feel
on
pretty good together?
My Thunder Warriors. I should have just gotten resin bases like this.
Oh, come on, man. It's the easiest thing to
know.
do. Whenever I do armies, they get resin bases. Like I was saying, unless you just don't want to afford it at all.
That's mainly why I did it.
Because they're like $1 a model.
Yeah.
Is the way it works out. I typically think that on a standard army, you're looking at spending about $100 to get resin bases, maybe more, depending on how many big models you have. Because a base like this can be like $5, but the bases for the other guys are like $1. So for the 32 mil at Elric's.
Valthorn, I'm sure you meant to type tips here, but you said teams. Any tips for keeping the primer from wearing off while at work? Probably being less.
Don't grip the model.
Yeah.
Don't grip the model as tight. Don't hold the model by the model. I mean, that's hard to say, right? Because like I've been doing this guy. I would normally have a cork here would help me a lot. My cork is on this guy, and I haven't moved it. But having a cork lets you grip there a little bit better. And then I just kind of do this so I can have a place to steeple my painting hand to keep me tight. But I'm never really just like ham-handing the model. I'll still rub paint off of sharp spots, like the end of the claws maybe, and I'll just touch that up at the end if I have to. I'm not worried about it.
Should we thin the primer in the airbrush pot? 0.3 millimeter or 0.6 millimeter nozzles? No, don't thin the airbrush primer. Correct?
Yeah, I suggest not to ever thin primer unless you're just using it as paint. If you're intending for it to be a prime coat, don't thin it.
First time
Our
chat.
airbrush primer is built to spray through a 0.3 needle or larger without any problem at all, and I've never had to thin it in a very dry climate. I've had other people say that they need to add a drop of water to it or two. I suggest not doing that to clean your airbrush better. But yeah, if you have to thin it, bare minimum of thinning.
First time chat. Cap Sumo, welcome in. Could you recommend an alternative for highlighting black that's not gray or white?
Watch if Chris can put up our black armor video link.
Yep.
I typically paint my blacks with blues and then go back over it with like black wash, so you can highlight in blues or blue grays and get a really neat sheen to the black. You may have to, if you're at the point where the black's already painted and what you need to do is just do the highlight over the black, then you might be at a point where you need to, do a color like blue and then put a black wash over the edge highlight, right? Or like our transparent black, you just paint the highlight with the wash, not the whole model. That can work really well. I'm just doing dark umber now. I'm being lazy. This is lazy man painting. I'm just dry brushing everything. Stay away from washes so I don't have to add another step in. See how this goes.
Goblin Twink bought a set of Procryl. Said automatically means I'll be good as Jason.
Yes. No,
there
wait.
You go.
What?
Hey.
Thank you, by the way.
You're definitely on the way.
Thank you, by the way. That was 2 compliments in one. Thank you for buying the paint, and thank you for thinking I'm a good painter.
Bakamaru, 23 months. Thank you so much. We appreciate those subs. Where do you buy cork?
I have been getting it off of 2 places. Every now and then I can find a seller on Amazon that packages it up, but a lot of times that comes from like China, and that may not be a good alternative nowadays with tariffs and the de minimis stuff going away. But in the US, and I never remember the name, but if you Google lab equipment suppliers, or Ventnor, like home wine distillery, home brewing, home winemaking, they will have corks that they use for the big jugs that you put your batch wine in, right? Because they use those big, 5-gallon jugs, glass jugs and stuff that need a cork in it, and they have corks of all sizes. I use them all the way up to like size 43, whatever that means. I don't know what the cork sizing is, but it's like 24 is like the smallest I use, I think, and then all the way up to like 43, which is a big ass cork. Might be even bigger. Might be like there's 120s and stuff for like holding night titans and things. But yeah, the world of home brewing, home winemaking uses them to stopper jugs, and then in lab equipment for big beakers and stuff, they use corks. That's where we get ours, and you buy them in like packs of like 12 to 20, depending on size. Or, like 1 if you get really big ones. I've got some, like, monster ones around here.
I think they're all on your models right now.
They're all on various models right now. But
like, we just leave them.
I was looking for it. I've got a couple of them that are just absolutely freaking huge.
Look, who is that?
We got a special delivery.
Bah! What's that?
This
special delivery just for you.
Oh, I don't trust this at all.
What?
This is something that you said earlier was... Oh, see,
ladies and gentlemen, this is chair guy. What is that?
Do not...
Wait 1 second.
Schulte?
Do not shake.
Can you put that on?
Does that look like Shake?
No.
It looks like Schulte.
Do not the Schulte.
Do not the Schulte.
Okay, what's
Am
that
I supposed
box?
to open this on stream? Okay.
Okay.
He came into my office. Jacob came into my office earlier, and I go, "What do you need?" He goes, "Nothing. Nothing I can tell you about. It's a surprise." And I was like, "Well, then why are you in my office if you can't tell me about it?" He goes, "I have to..." What did you say?
I had to collect information.
He had to collect information. And I'm like, "Well, what information?" He goes, "I can't tell you." And then he walked out. So, okay. I don't know what this is.
They're Blood Angel bits. It says on the box.
It says Blood Angels bits, but I don't trust this. Is this going to explode in glitter? Because I will kill you.
Okay, if that's the case, I will. It'll be a duo killing.
If it's a glitter bomb, Chris and I are both going to kill you. It's not my birthday, so this is very worrisome, chat. What is this?
What is... What?
What? This is
Jason,
very worrisome.
Wait. Jason, turn around on camera. One sec, I gotta zoom out. What the... For sanguineous?
It's like food. It's hot food. Oh God, what is this?
Oh. What is this? You got him hot dogs?
These are those hot dogs he loves.
Oh.
Holy crap, dude.
Wow.
What am I supposed to do with these?
Of this...
They're the Blood Angels bits you ordered.
That's not the
the Blood Angels
These
bits.
are not the Blood Angels bits I ordered. They Blood Angels don't eat
They're
beans.
pre-painted.
They are pre-painted.
Decals. Wow.
Thank you. This is crazy.
Are you planning on eating those?
Oh, he'll eat them.
They're yours.
No. Chris is
For you, it says to Jason.
Chris is gonna eat those.
You
It's
can
like
give them to Chris.
Yeah.
I'll have to. I just need a place to put them.
Here, hand them over here, Jake.
Okay.
I'm gonna eat one.
You should eat one. Chris is gonna eat a hot dog.
Onions on them.
That's okay. I'm hungry as
Wasn't that your thing?
Thank you.
Well, I can't eat these on stream, but I will eat these later.
Now it makes sense because he walked in and I already had lunch and he
Wow.
was bummed out. So now it makes sense. Now it makes
Jacob?
sense. Thank you, Jacob.
It's a chair, man. Chair guy. Thank you, Jacob. Wow. A little bit of light every day.
Hot dog.
I am. I'm not gonna eat it on stream, but I'll eat it later. Wow.
We're feeding Chris. I mean, questionable, but
Well,
yes.
Chris hasn't eaten today, so Chris is at some point going to be hungry. Hey, welcome in, everybody. If you are just now tuning in, it is 3:44 p.m. Monument Standard Time. We are painting up some Blood Angels. I know we got a lot of questions today. Great questions, by the way. If you do have questions, be sure on YouTube to tag at Monument Hobbies or on Twitch, tag at Monument Hobbies. And yeah.
We go with some dark orange brown, I think. Bring
Now
a little bit of warmth into the brown dirt around the rocks.
I know you offered, Phil, but at the time I was not hungry. And
Yeah, we did offer to get you lunch, I think.
Jason also has put it in my job description that I do not eat during the day. So
You're not allowed to feed the
Yeah.
Chris. That's what I said.
yeah, and that's not on my job description. That's a new company
That's a law.
policy. Never feed Chris after midnight.
Just don't feed Chris.
Let me look at these hot dogs. Dude,
You should eat one. I'm not going to eat them.
Oh, those look delicious. Some of the best glizzies I've ever seen. We'll see about that.
What do you mean just eat a hot dog?
I'm not gonna do it right now. It's too
Why not?
messy.
Shove that thing down
I've
your
got-
gullet live on stream.
I've got 2 chats. I've got
Chat,
a mission.
can we afford Chris to shove a hot dog down his gullet?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I feel like they want to see you like shotgun a hot dog.
I'm not gonna do it
Okay. Well,
till Monument After Hours,
which is coming up in 15 minutes.
which
So
is coming up in 15 minutes. So maybe I'll do that. I wanted to say I've been using Gray Green for Amp Series, and it's so wonderful for looking real rocks. Yes, I've been doing the same thing, Artistic Outlaw. I'm ready to take a screenshot. Bakumaru Falls. I will be turning off my camera and muting myself. Otherwise, you're going to
and
get
muting myself.
I'm not doing it. The glizzy gobbler himself. That's hilarious, Ryan. Turn your camera off and eat, dude. I won't. I won't dance. I'll do it a little bit.
This guy.
Hey, hilarious joke. Good old Jacob. He knows what's up.
I think he got them thinking that he would surprise me for lunch. And I had
think
already
he-
gotten the, what was that place called?
No,
that we did?
Jason, I literally think Jacob did
Buffalo
that for.
Spot?
I think he did that for the bit. That's why he did that.
Okay.
I think because we've been talking about hot dog decals for Sanguinius.
I think he walked into my office looking to see what we were doing. He saw that I already had lunch and he was bummed because he was going to surprise me with the hot dogs
I'm gonna eat them
right then. And we were eating Buffalo Spot already. And now he's turned it into for Sanguinius. The dogs for Sanguinius. If I were to eat those right now, that would not be a good homage to Sanguinius.
Oh no!
I would not be doing my loyal duty I would be doing other kinds of duty.
You'd be doing other kinds of duty.
I'd be doing the other
these
duty.
are gonna be messy, so I need a paper towel. There's paper towels right there. I'll grab.
You want me to get you one?
Yeah, grab me a paper towel. Would you?
Yeah, let me get you 3 because those are really
they
messy.
are.
I don't think I trust you
take
over there
one
around
bite.
expensive equipment
I'm gonna
with.
take one bite, and we're gonna see how this works. All right.
We did it, chat. Chris is eating.
I'm gonna eat live, which is now just becoming a more weird thing as I say this.
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna eat live for you, chat.
Oh, here we go. ASMR.
No, if you want the oh my heavens to Betsy, these are wild, and it comes with like a full-size pepper. Look at this.
Some khaki. I know. I saw that in between the hot dogs.
That looks amazing.
Brutal.
These are soggy.
Brutal. Goobertown. What's going on, Brent?
Silvertown. Brent, what's up? Oh man. Mmm.
Mmm.
That's delicious. What's up, Brent? I'm disgusting.
You are, and I love it.
What? This is horrible. Spitfire miniatures. I'm clapping for you. Any chance mine is going to make some acrylic markers in the future?
Watch me laugh.
No.
Not a chance.
We
Talk
make
about
paint.
the worst technology for painting miniatures.
We make paint. This hot dog has disintegrated in my hand. It fell through the bottom of the bun. So, this is also amazing. Panic Bomb says, make sure to tell the cook you really love the workup on those dogs. I do like the workup.
Oh, the smell.
Is it
That is
bad?
a very hot doggy.
Is it
like,
too bad?
Like Sonoran hot doggy
no.
smell.
Might be making
They're Sonoran
Jason-
hot dogs, so they're Mexican food hot
I
dogs.
might be making Jason sick.
No. It's good. Yeah, I typically don't partake in the Sonoran dogs.
I have, neither do I. This is pretty good.
All right.
I think that base came out great.
Yeah, for being just easy, cheap, dry brush, we get pretty good effect on them.
And Ryan's asking, can you remind us of that one more time?
What?
The workup for the base.
Black brown over everything. And then over the top of the black brown for the rock, I did the brown gray. If I can find it again here.
What, Jacob? I don't even know where these hot dogs came from.
It was brown gray and then gray green. Right? Yeah, brown gray, gray green, and then a dry brush of the bright warm gray. That's the stone. Right?
Nice.
Like that. And then on the base was just the same black brown base, and then the dark green brown over the top of that, dry brushed, right, and then followed by the dark orange brown, right? Or no, it wasn't. It was the dark umber followed by dark orange brown, right? I'm already forgetting because I put the paints back. Dark umber, dark orange brown, right? And then I topped it off with khaki.
Nice. Cool.
All dry brushed, except for the stone. I did the brush paint on the stone the first couple. Easy peasy.
Nice. Artistic says, I like dry brush. I think dry brushing is wonderful for natural items like ground and rock. It just looks
100%.
better. Yeah.
Trees, ground, terrain of any type. It can work great on fur. If you're doing like bears or wolves or things like that, it works great on fur. So never be afraid to use it on stuff like that. I'm not a fan of it on skin, and it can work good on armor. right?
Yeah.
Like you've seen us do. You can dry brush armor and get away with it. It will give it a more mottled texture, very well-worn armor look, but can work great. Now we're going to do the green base. I know everybody loves it when I paint my base rims green. This is just our black primer.
Yeah.
Chris isn't paying any attention. He's in hot dog heaven right now.
I'm not a huge fan of hot dogs.
We've lost Chris.
I'm really not. These are actually excellent. Half of it's in the tray, but that's okay. Will not be eating that.
They're not exactly the thing you eat around, like your girlfriend's parents.
No, not this one.
If you're ever dating someone and their parents and they say, "We're going to take you out for Sonoran hot dogs," you get sick and have all the excuses for why you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You will not pass that test.
Yeah. Delicious though. All right. And you painted the base with satin black?
No, this is black. Did we not just have chat? Paid professional chat.
I'm kidding.
Paid professional
No,
chat.
I lied to you. Oh my gosh, it has a fork in here. Dang it. I didn't see the fork.
Well, there's another. There's a good thing there's a second hot dog.
No, I finished them.
You ate both of those?
Heck yeah, dude.
Awesome.
I was.
Chris is a machine, dude. That was at 30 seconds? Did you just inhale them?
No, it was.
Did you chew your food?
That was 8 minutes, technically, because I started at 3:45. Almost 10 minutes, actually.
Crazy.
Dang,
Comical Ken
dude.
says, can you shout out that hot dog place? I don't know what it's called.
Here it
we would
is.
have to ask Jacob. El Sabroso Hot Dogs number 4.
Yeah,
Who said that?
that was Kenny.
Oh, okay. Kenny knows. I love that it's number 4. We need to plug Chris into an electric shock. Then when chat types hashtag Chris, he gets shocked back on track.
What? That sounds like straight up abuse.
So there are these really cool USB internet, like IP-enabled, I think they're IP-enabled network devices that shoot little Nerf missiles out of a missile turret. And you can give people the remote program, and they can, it's on a PTZ head,
Yeah,
and so they can pin and tilt,
I know exactly what you're talking
and then
about.
fire a rocket at you. And so we could give you one that gave you Chris in its field of view.
What?
And so we could allow chat that if you, like, we could do a giveaway where the giveaway person wins the password to the rocket controller. And then we give you the button, right? The nuclear launch codes. And then for a whole stream, you could be in control of the button. But it only has like 4 shots.
And you have to pay $700 to use it.
I think it has
there you
4
go.
shots.
And the $700 goes directly to my wallet. So, yeah, that's what we can do. I will do that, and you have to pay $700.
Can we do a dunk tank, an IP-enabled dunk tank? I'm down.
Again, you got to pay. If we're doing a dunk tank, we're talking $2,000.
Can you imagine Chris doing the whole stream from a dunk tank?
I would do that.
I think it would be hilarious.
I would do it.
Hilarious. Can you imagine, like, just in the middle of it, he's like, I really like that. Wah! I
so
like
sorry.
that work. Ah!
This is so
And then
fun
he
for
climbs up the
everybody.
ladder and gets back on the seat. And by the end of stream, he's just
and
waterlogged.
by end of stream, we've made $20,000.
He's
so
just waterlogged.
we become the best profit.
Of course, he's in a
machine.
see-through tank top.
All right.
Because why wouldn't you be on Twitch?
We just increased it to 4,000 a dunk.
If Jason coats the
No.
tips of the missiles with hot pink, I'm paying $700 to shoot them at Chris.
Okay.
Holy cow, Baca!
Okay, you
I'll
heard
do
it here.
Hey, $20 is $20.
This is, like I said, $700 directly to my pocket.
Slow-mo camera, yeah, we get the replay camera for sure of Chris's faces as he gets dunked.
Yeah, there's going to be money involved though, so get ready to pay.
Oh, you have to aim to shoot the darts at the target, and if you hit the target, it dunks him.
Oh, interesting.
So we've set a step in between it. I like that. Raise money for new miniature painters to get them stocked in Pro Grill.
What do you mean? Get them stocked. I'm raising money for myself.
Chris's new nickname is Workup.
I'll take it.
Chris likes that workup.
It is a good workup.
It's a good workup.
I sound like George Costanza. It's a good workup, Jerry. It's a good workup. It's a great workup. What's that color there, Jason?
I don't know.
Satin black?
You'll have to go back and watch the rerun, Mr. Producer Boy.
What is the workup?
Mr. Producer
The
Boy.
stone looks great. It looks okay.
If you're into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Looks fine. Oh, I've been recording. Gosh darn it. Was I just recording my whole eating bit?
Yep.
Son of a gun.
You've been recording since 2:30.
No. Well, speaking of 2:30,
Welcome, everybody.
we're so glad you're here, I guess. And
We're so glad you're here, I guess.
we are...
I'm having to say this or else they won't pay me. Chat, I want to let you know, and you do know, because a couple of Fridays ago, who showed you all the love? That would be me. I continue to love you with no regrets.
With
No
you?
conditions. This is unconditional love from me to chat.
Wait, you...
Chris,
you,
on the other hand...
Whoa, wait a second. You do?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Are you using satin black? This is satin black, actually, everybody. Hey, you guys need a good paint to paint your base rims? Satin black. And
It's the only right answer.
it is. It's an amazing rim color. Got to be careful when I say that. Who shows us the love? Baby
Boom.
J. You guess. Yeah, I guess, Wired. You know, I guess so. No, not green. Stan, I like where your head's at. But no, it's not green. There it is. Look at that. 1 second. Present. Wow. It's your first model completed for the Blood Angels Army.
Well, I mean, there's that one.
Well, I'm not counting that one. In this new run... Oh.
We got close on the Saturnine guy.
Oh, that's true, but he's technically not finished.
He's not finished because we didn't paint the base.
Yep.
And we didn't paint the blade of the axe.
And you ditched him.
And I ditched him.
So I don't...
It's kind of harsh, right? Because I really like that guy, but we did just kind of like show up one day and be like, nah, to heck with that guy.
You did.
He's not on my list anymore. Screw that guy.
Goobertown says, second model, very nice.
I only have 62 more, Brent. Well, yeah, 62 more. Wait a minute. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 55, right? 55 and 12 is 67, 68. 68 ground troops and 2 dreadnoughts. 70 total models, and I have 2 painted.
Nice.
So by my math, that's a lot more I have to do.
By your math is... Gonna take us a minute.
By my math, that's going to take us a minute.
Which is okay. I think you guys all are enjoying this series.
By my math, that might take us a minute. Not gonna lie.
Stan says, this is why I hate batch painting. Even though it's quicker to paint an army, it feels so much longer during the process as it's longer until you see a completed model. That's true.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a lot, right? We took a detour of painting the assembly line stuff so that we could paint the dreadnought. And I did the dreadnought start to finish so that, you know, I'm ultimately doing this today with the bases so we can have another finished model. And I'm glad I did. You know, it does show progress, but it is, in my opinion, it is just one model. And so for me, I tend to think that there's less progress in finishing a model than there is in getting, you know, a whole squad to a particular level. You know, like when we do the shoulder plates on these guys, that feels more like progress when I get a whole squad of guys with the shoulder plates done, right? That feels better to me because it's across a broader span. But then I tend to lay my army out in front of me rather than just having 2 models on the bench at a time. I'm an idiot and I have like 68, you know, or 70. They're all here. And so as I'm looking at the army take place, you know, I'm not seeing as much progress in one model as I do when I do the shoulders on lots.
Costas, that is what we are finding out right now.
How much time would it take you to hold? Yeah, that's what we're doing. How long is a piece of string? It's going to take a while.
Well, and by a while, as in it's a big project, but
Yeah.
that's kind of the whole point of this series, is that we're showing you as we do the one army, there's still a lot of techniques. Like, for example, those claws. You could do that on any army you're doing or any model, right?
Yeah.
So it's the theme of getting an army done, but there are a lot of techniques on each of these models. So
Yeah, when we're doing like just the line painting, you know, because we'll be doing a squad. Like right now, I'm going to do this, and believe it or not, I'm going to swap all of these guys to the steel.
Petron wants to see the whole army.
I
I'm going to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
have lots of dudes. I have 50 million jump pack guys. We have 20 plus guys that are primed or not primed, but ready to go in the red. I've got 2 regular assault squads here, right? With the different types of old school jump packs. I have the sergeants I'm going to rebuild because I can't have this loadout on them. They can no longer have combat shields, so I have to rebuild my 2 sergeants. Oh, there's another guy here. Then I've got the dreads like you've seen me paint. I've got 2 of the Incandious dreadnoughts. And then I have a bunch of veterans that are over on a tray over there that are like this. They're not painted yet, but so I still have 30, and then I have a group of Sanguinary Guard, but I'm turning them into Praetorian Command Squad, so they won't be all gold anymore. So yeah, they're all dudes with jump packs. There's 50 bajillion dudes with jump packs at various levels of disrepair right now. And 2 guys that are painted, and 1 guy that I'm not using that's painted. How do you manage the red glaze without spider webbing? I recall you having to do that to bring back the saturation. I went back over it with a very thin down Bold Pyro red over the top of the highlights on them. It was something that I had missed out of the original way that I did it because it allowed me to go brighter with the salmon highlight and be a little bit more aggressive with my values, kind of like I do with the black. I just forgot that I did that 2 years ago when I did this guy, right? And so to bring the saturation back, yeah, I just took Bold Pyro red, thinned it way down, and filtered it over the top. And how you prevent spider webbing is when you're doing a filter like that, you draw back. You don't get as close to the model. There's no need to be an inch away. Draw back a little bit and keep the brush moving. Spider webbing is completely avoidable so long as you keep the tip of the brush moving so that you don't load up any one area of the model with too much paint at any time. If you sit and hold the model, point the airbrush at it, pull the trigger, and don't move the airbrush, then you can wind up with all of that paint hitting one area, and the air forces it out in fingers. So from the time I usually start moving my airbrush like this, it's almost like I have like the shakes or a palsy, and I get it moving first, and then I start pulling the trigger in while the airbrush is moving. That means that no matter where it hits, the paint's always being loaded in different areas. Even when I'm working close, I'll do that, right? Unless I'm just spritzing, like if I'm just doing highlights in very small areas, I'll just be tss, 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 and then you don't have to be moving as much. Use pigments for the bases, or what textures you use on the dreadnought. What texture you use, TK? No pigments yet. I might do some pigment on them at the end, but I don't think so right now.
Oh, yes. I did wash my hands. I was just getting myself a soda to wash down my glizzy. Or flavored water, whatever the heck this thing is.
This surface is black construction paper. Very large, like 24 by 17.
I think it is 24 by 36.
Oh, 20. No.
No, not that big.
No, it's maybe, I think it's 17 by 24 or something like that. Black construction paper. And it's nice because black is actually just a really dark gray, which the camera likes better, but it gives good contrast to the stuff on here.
Yeah, it's not a pure black, but helps protect Jason's top 10 painting tips. I do like that.
Those dogs went right through Chris. Poor
No.
fella. That's why we call these semicolon. Chris's
me?
Chris's
I
pet
do
name is semicolon.
I do like that video idea, Stan. Top 10 painting tips. from the man, the myth, the legend.
All right.
Gang, it's 4:07 p.m. Jason, how you feeling?
Good.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
I guess I could turn the stream off and just abandon chat.
Chris is forcing me to paint late. He came in today and he said, you know what we're doing? We're going late. And I said, do I have a choice in this? He said, stop talking. Stop talking, Jason.
It's for the people.
Stop talking. We do this for the people.
So what are you going to do now that your dreadnought's done? Wow, what an accomplishment. Closing time. You're shutting all me doors, and I'm done with my models, and I'm not going to get copyright striked because the song's not that song that you're thinking about. Yeah. Hey, can we get those workups on the tutorial page on the website? Sure. Actually, we are currently, as a Monument Hobbies entity, we are re-looking at a lot of our learning tabs and such like that to make it more streamlined for you guys. So that is coming down the pipeline. I hear you, and I see you, and we're thinking about it. Isn't that right, Jason?
I'm painting with Payne's Gray.
Whoa! He ignored me. We the people appreciate it, bud. We appreciate you. He heard I was going to be AFK again. Glad you have a day job. Hey, Mo. Whoa. Hey. This is Monument After Dark, and by after dark I mean still in the daytime because it's not dark here. Stan says, Chris, you come across such a nice guy in stream. Can't believe how mean you are to Jason off air. Oh, I'm horrible. Yeah. I'm a bad person off stream. Bad. I'd like a tab with Chris's best one-liners too. Got it.
Chris is not pleasant to deal with.
What? Me?
When he's off stream.
Somebody must
He's
captain
a
the
tyrant.
Dutchman.
He's a tyrant. He doesn't let you have any leeway. You don't get a say in anything. Nothing. It's just Chris. Shut up, Jason. This is what I'm saying is happening.
The Lord Xavier says, just read the wonderful news that my LGS are now stocking Pro Acryl.
Awesome. Where are you located?
Flapjack, don't even think about showing Chris a model you're working on in person. I did a little backstory for everybody. Jason had a class. He was teaching an Adepticon, and I was going around that class filming up some B-roll, right? And I decided to go up to Flapjack as he was very focused on painting and whisper into his ear and to criticize his painting because I knew he could take it. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So Flapjack, know that when you get precision criticism from me, that it's all about love and never hate. So you're welcome.
Do you believe any of this? Chat, can we get some X's for people that believe?
No! If you put an X in your band. No! I'm kidding. You can X up, whatever. It's after dark. There's no rules now. Grizz says, closing time, just slap with a lawsuit for Universal Music Group.
Yep. Closing
time. Ate too many hot dogs. Went through me. Now I gotta poo. That's not the case. Flapjack, when he says precision feedback, consider what he might mean. Flapjack, hey, come on, hey.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. Bakamaro says, wait, what do we put when we don't believe in you, Chris? What do we put when you don't believe you, Chris? What do we put when we don't believe you? An X. Whatever.
You X up in chat when Chris is lying. Which I don't really want to promote because then the chat will just be filled with X's all day.
No. Don't do that. Yeah, don't promote that, Jason, because
Not,
well, that would be factually untrue.
What?
Me lying.
That's exactly what it is when you lie. Factually untrue.
I don't do
It's
that,
the whole
though.
definition of a lie.
I don't do that.
You do it all the time.
Name 15 times.
50, and I have to sing them?
Yep.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
So there was a time when Chris
No.
walked in.
That's false.
Oh, okay.
I don't do any of these things. Oh, look at all. No, this is false. What are you doing now, Jason? You're going back and you're repriming things? No, this is not technically repriming. You're recoloring them in.
Oh no, I fully intended to have the silver on these guys based in dark yellow green.
Oh?
And then I'm going, my next color is Payne's Gray over the dark yellow green. This is the perfect way to do steel. It gives it a fantastic kind of environmental background color of moist green.
Moist green.
Moist green.
Okay.
I threw up a little in my mouth.
Chris, what do we put up when we don't believe Jason? I don't know. I don't know. That's a question for Jason. What do we put up for when you lie?
Never happened.
What?
It's never happened.
Flapjack says, yeah, that dark yellow green is really important. Ooh, calling him out. Multiple X's. Yeah, we totally need a Jason makes up a workup that looks awesome webpage. Okay, perfect. I love this workup. That's it. That's the name of the Learn tab. I love this workup. Done. Sold. Wow. I love this workup. I do. That's not a lie. When I say that, I genuinely mean it.
That's a big sigh, Chris.
Yeah.
You feeling put upon?
Here for a long time, not a good time.
You feeling put upon? Feel like the world's closing in on you, Chris?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I feel like I'm closing in on the world.
Oh, geez.
You heard me.
You heard me.
I'm coming after you, world. It's almost Chris's favorite time of the year when it's socially accessible to steal candy from people. I would never do that. And I never steal candy from anybody. I give candy. I give rewards for those who please me as the king of the world. There you go. I just declared it. Get behind me now. I mean controversial, but I mean I saw you say you hate something, Jason, and then do it. It's very rare, but we need a saying or a Chris noise for when it happens. That's true. Jason every once in a while squeaks out one of those little fibbers.
What do I do?
Hey, you fib every once in a while.
Like what?
I don't know, like something.
I don't believe this at all.
Nah, I don't believe this at all. Black Sword. G'day, Monument Hobbies. Hope you're all well. Happy Wednesday from Australia.
Same to you.
Hope
Wait
you're
a minute.
What
It's
time?
not Wednesday.
Wait a minute. 1 second.
It's a time-traveling future boy.
No. It's not Wednesday yet here. It's only Tuesday.
It's one of those crazy time travelers from down under. Can't be trusted. Hey, what are the lotto numbers?
Like off the top of my head?
No, I'm asking the Australia guy. Can you tell me what the lotto numbers were?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Aha.
You can always that's how you win the lotto. You call your friend in Australia and ask him to look up the lotto numbers.
I hear somebody's keys walking this way. Who goes there? I knew it.
There's a law in Australia that if you tell any non-Australian the lotto numbers,
That's not how it works.
yes.
What's the matter with you?
You need to watch yourself.
Gabe is threatening Chris from the shadows right now.
I'm ready to
this
die
is pretty intense.
right now. I'm
It's
ready
pretty
to
intense.
fight to the death.
Chris is ready to fight to the death.
I will die upon this hill of which I created. What are you doing? What do you want?
Know the answer.
More glizzies. That's it. Hey, is Jacob still out there?
Chris wants more hot
Don't
dogs.
walk away from me. He walked away.
Chris wants more hot dogs.
Monument Hobbies. When you hate people coming up with excuses why their work is bad and then later in the video do it. Oh. Jason's allowed to do that, though.
What do I do?
When you hate people coming up with excuses why their work is bad and then later in the video do it.
I don't do that ever.
I think you did that once.
No.
Stan's remembering.
No, they called me out on something that wasn't that at all.
I don't remember. Actually, Chris, don't read what I said previously. Delete it. Last time I mentioned Jason ended stream. No, Stan. Got to keep us accountable, man.
No, I remember this was just the other day, and I said, don't come up and introduce your model with a lack of confidence. Don't lead with, if I'd only had more time, it would look better.
But then you said something like that.
I don't ever.
You implied it, but then you're like, I don't really like how I did this part.
It's fine to not like how you did it.
Oh.
If you're talking about process, I'm not showing it to you guys and bringing it to you and saying, oh, just don't pay attention to the fact that it sucks.
Black Sword was like, we can't give out winning lotto numbers. It breaks international time law.
See?
I
told you.
Well, thank you. Finish my...
I told you.
Oh, you finished your first Redemptor Dreadnought.
Awesome.
Nice. Can I share it with you?
Huge.
Yes, please share it on Discord, please.
The Redemptors are huge models.
I mean, they're okay size, you know.
Oh, here we go. This is
Mr.
Thunder
Warrior size.
My custodes are 8 miles tall.
Ah! I didn't even hear you come in. That's Jacob, everybody.
He is.
It's
Yakov, the Russian spy. He will sneak up on you.
He literally just did. I saw this guy in a black shirt coming towards me, and I'm like, I'm about to either throw some hands or something. Those were good hot dogs.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. I finished them in like a 8-minute roundabout. It's delicious. So, thank you.
Are we going to rename your camera the Chris Hot Dog Cam?
No. That's not how that works, Jacob. I like that we can just see your arm. Or now we can't. There it is. There's Jacob. Because you're in the dark. There he is. Hey, that's Jacob, everybody. Round of applause, chair guy. Avian says, hi, Jacob.
Hello.
All the opinions that actually... Okay, I see. Flapjack says, I think people are just trying to protect themselves from the feedback. Oh. Jason does
when they
that.
say stuff like that?
Yeah.
I was saying it in a positive manner. It's not a negative. It's that I want people to be proud of the work they do. And if you show me, be proud. Say, hey, I did this in an hour. What do you think I could do different? As opposed to leading with, oh, I know this sucks, but can you help me out? I'm like, Don't lead with, I know it sucks. Lead with, this is awesome. Or, hey, this is this thing I painted. Do you have any tips?
It's not broken. Jacob is testing out my bouncy chair.
That thing will kill you, Jacob.
Yeah, you got to be careful on that thing. It's not an easy chair to sit in.
It's not a chair for beginners.
That's the perfect
That is
way.
not a chair for beginners.
That is the perfect way to describe that silly chair.
Not a chair for beginners.
Hey, but speaking of silly chairs.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Monument After Hours.
It is 4:21 p.m. and we're still going. Jason is, just painting over the.
I am doing the
previous
next color on these pieces. I based them in dark yellow green.
That's true. That's true. Okay, it's a very important part of the workup.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget the dark yellow green part of the steel.
Mo says, be careful. It isn't OSHA approved. Oh, it's OSHA approved. It's just an advanced level chair. TK says, to be fair, Jason, I think it takes time for painters to stop feeling insecure and realize we're still all learning.
Oh, no. I totally understand.
Hey, especially when you
I will call you out, though. I'll be like, don't talk about your model like that.
Don't you talk about my friend that way.
Don't you talk about my friend. When you bring your model to me, I'll be like,
put that evil on me.
First off, you did great. It takes a lot of confidence to show your creative works to anybody. It really does, right?
Yeah.
To bring something that you have done as a hobby and that you are proud of or are willing to seek, that kind of response back, that feedback on, it takes a lot of gumption
Stan
to go out and get it.
Tell Jason I was joking. It seemed like a place to have fun. Hey, there's no fun here, Stan.
Oh, and I know you were. But
oh no, he was serious, Jason.
Well, then that's it.
We're done.
Them's are fighting words.
Banned. Don't go. Jacob, how are you doing over there in the dark?
Well, I'm a professional chair sitter.
A professional chair sitter.
I'm fun on the spring chair. Why did you switch off of it?
Magic and prunes.
Did you just say magic and prunes?
I do not like that thing.
You don't like my sounds?
No.
Of course you wouldn't. That doesn't surprise me at all.
When you say magic and prunes, that just makes me think like you had an incident on the chair.
I might have. It might have been the way.
Was it an incident with like it being regular? Is that where the prunes come in? I don't understand.
No free pub for Depends. We are not sponsored yet. No. We don't do free advertising for Depends or adult diapers. We don't do that yet.
Yes.
Hey, but Depends, if you're out there, we poop our pants and we need you.
I don't think that's.
No. It's because see how my new frame is. The problem is when Chris goes like this. Right?
You can't bounce around in the chair because he'll get out of frame.
It's distracting. I get out of frame. It's just too much. And then when I start to get excited, I start bouncing, and then people are like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" And I'm like, "I know." It's a whole thing. That's why I'm sitting in this this prison chair. So this is actually a good chair. No,
are you sitting in one of the steel case ones?
Yes.
Not prison chairs.
No, I should have put the folded chair here to put myself in like a purgatory feel, because I made so many people do that before me,
including me.
What is this, Chris? You need to make your own sounds. No. See, Stan.
Well, hey, look, this guy.
I know what that is.
This guy has the next level.
Oh,
where he got the orange yellow.
Oh,
on top of the.
And now, whoa! This guy almost made it.
This guy almost made it. He almost made it to gold trim, chat. I'm turning the normal assault squad trim into silver.
Oh, I see.
I'm back to wanting both squads in silver, and that's what we're doing. So that's why, again, this arduous journey of painting an army, I changed my mind a lot.
Black Sword's got a good question here. I would really, really appreciate your help if that's okay.
Sure.
With my custom chapter, I don't use red at all. Chapter colors are black with green and purple accents, but I want to paint a tech marine. What do you think I should try? I was thinking about maybe black armor with plum color highlights on the black and then a deep red for the edge highlight. What do you think? Goodbye, Jacob.
Yeah, that could work.
No, I was just looking around.
Oh, you're just shopping?
There's a wheelchair over here.
Oh my gosh. All right, what do you think, Jason?
It could work if you're just... So let me understand. You're trying to not do red of Tech Marines.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that one of the easiest things that I like to do, like if I have my Dark Angels Tech Marine, I paint it up in Dark Angels colors, and then just did one of the shoulders red. Right? It had like a shoulder with the gears on it. And so you can do that in red. You can give it a shock of red as a highlight color or a detail color, and keep it to where the armor itself isn't red. I prefer that over trying to go with some colors that are reddish and add them into the black. But the combo that you said would work really well, like a dark red undertone to the black armor would work well. That makes it feel like maybe instead of just being bright red, his is, its own kind of twist. So I think that could work for sure.
If you see my dreadnought on Discord, you'll see the colors of my chapter. I can bring up Discord really quick. Black Sword, did you tag me? Yeah, Stan, I can't make my own custom sound button maker. That's too much power, and we've decided as a company to keep all sound effects analog and not digital. So that's what's up.
I love how he says we as a company decided that.
No, we as a people, we as a company, we as you, Jason, we as in us.
You mean you as in you?
As in, we don't do digital sound effects here.
I don't know that I was involved in that conversation.
We only do analog. Jason came up to me just, beaming with energy. And he's like, do-do-do-do-do. Hey, Chris, I think we got to go analog. And I'm like, okay, are you sure about that? What about all this digital technology? He's like, nope, we're going to keep it analog. I'm like, all right, that's cool, man. And then he skipped away. So that's why you got sound makers. There you go. Isn't that right, Jason? Isn't that right, Jason?
Lay-sigh.
Vippus, that sounds like great, eh? Okay, well, can't say that out loud, but hey, I hear you.
There are a lot of X's in chat right now.
There's Avian with that big old shady X with a question mark.
See, I was wondering when the X's were going to come.
Hey, first time chat, Shady. You just tagged me in Discord. Oh, shoot, there he is. I didn't see. I know, but you keep going back and forth to your chair, you little silent.
Yeah,
little
Jacob
man.
is a silent killer.
He is, dude. He's ready to kill.
That's because I don't breathe.
That's not good.
He's
you
an
gotta
alien.
Breathe. Oh, what's this? Okay. Oh, check out Black Sword's scheme here, Jason.
Give me just a second.
That's cool, Black Sword.
Okay, yeah, I like the bisected black and white. Looks great. I think
it
that's
looks
a great
fantastic.
combo for just doing a shock of red on a shoulder plate, believe it or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love the purple plasma gun, too.
That way you could keep that black and white and everything, keep your color scheme intact, but just hit the shoulder for the tech marine and the red, right? And do a bright red. I think it would be a good offset rather than trying to make the entire color scheme different, because that color scheme looks really good as is. So don't upset that. Just find a way to add it as an accent color like I talked about on just the shoulder plate or the helmet. You know, there's all sorts of ways with Space Marines that you can do a shock of color to stand for something.
No, Stan, clearly another hypothetical comment I could attach to Jason because you feel that there's a digital equipment. No. Jason, very specifically, you guys, came to me skipping jolly as he did. There it is. And he was like, I want analog. And I'm like, Jason, but the technology. And he said, no, analog. And then thus I started my...
We can't have digital. It'll take over the world. Remember, today's the day Skynet grows intelligent. Not on my watch, robots.
Black Sword says, thank you for those kind words. Jason is
you paint me in a horrible light.
Me?
Yeah.
What do you mean a horrible light? I've said nothing but positive things.
That all I do is skip around the office?
You do kind of do that.
What kind of a responsible businessman am I?
I would say Jason, you say Jason's Tom Bombadil. Yeah, kind of. I would say he is.
Do a moderate amount of skipping.
Yeah.
I have never... Okay, I've skipped
Jacob,
once.
facts.
I've skipped once.
You have skipped.
I skipped through the office once.
Jason, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. If Avian says, if I see Jason skipping going to do, I'm going to check my coffee and see if it was spiked. Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, I can't use...
There's more wrong in the simulation than your coffee.
Black Sword, I'm telling you, you are correct. I would use many quotes if I had my own soundboard from things. I cannot do that. We hold ourselves to a high standard here of making our own comedy.
Analog.
That's right. Say that again.
Won't do it.
Can you say analog for the people?
I won't. I'm not a monkey. I don't just dance on command. I'm not like you can't turn the handle on the grinder box and get me to dance for dollars. It takes Bon Jovi on the stereo.
Bon Jovi on the stereo.
And lots of drinks.
You've got 2 empty elves of coconut and you're bagging them and you're bagging them together. You got 2 empty elves of coconuts and you're just bagging them together. Thank you, Brandon Dollar. You know what's up. Stan says, Jason, I'll go back to picking on Chris now. Just was having a day I wanted to be different. Hey, Stan.
You can pick on me all you want.
No excuses, Stan. Come back to the light. Keep us accountable. That's what I've always said. I said that to Jason. I've said that to, let me bring up the teleprompter here. Everyone else at the company, you guys, keep us accountable. That's a big sigh, Jason. Get painting, you.
Yeah. Here we are, chat. Paid professionals.
Definitely picking on Chris after that horrid attempt at a British accent. Sorry. Not sorry, mate. Got ourselves a little bit of paint we do up in here. Isn't that just great, Stan? We're so glad you're here. I've got it down, don't I, Stan?
I love when the Yellow Submarine happens.
I could write songs, too. See? We know what's up. Black Sword, take it easy.
Have a good one.
Might be back in a bit. Okay. Hey, Soul Siege, thanks for tuning in. Hey, thank you all for tuning in today. We're going a little late today. Isn't that right, Jason?
That's what I'm being forced to do.
You don't have to do it.
Gun to my head.
No guns to your head.
He walked into my office today. Do.
Little do you guys know that I keep a loaded...
He came crab walking into my office today.
You can't see it. Right
saying,
below.
Do.
Right below camera here, we keep a loaded 44 straight at Jason just to make sure that he's staying accountable. And he's the one with the trigger pull, so, gets his energy up.
What?
He's not being held at gunpoint. He's here on his own free will. Don't do that. Don't you look at that camera. Don't you talk to those people.
There's no problem here, chat. This is just my life.
No, there's no guns. Come on. It's crazy.
This is just my life, chat.
Is it? Where's another noise? Got a lot. Oh, for a split second there, I thought that was real. I'm like, wow, he's going for it. This is truly after hours.
That's Chris's after hot dog.
No, my after hot dog is gonna not be acceptable anywhere on the internet. So that's a private moment I'm gonna have. I'm gonna get real spiritual in about 30 minutes.
It's about to get real spiritual.
It might. If something goes wrong, I might need it. Forsaken says, hey, Monument.
Hey.
Do you guys play / paint Trench Crusade? Love the recent announcements from Tomas. You paint / play Trench Crusade?
We have painted some. We have not played. We backed the Kickstarter, which we don't back very many Kickstarters. I really love what those guys are doing. And I think we just got the email today, as a matter of fact, that they're finally shipping our stuff. So I know they got inundated.
Really?
Yeah, so our pledge has shipped, and we have tracking for it now.
Nice. That's cool.
So that's neat. So there might be more in the future. It's a game where I'm not as big a fan of the rules. But the models are great.
Yeah.
The world building is great. I really am a fan of everything that going on. I don't, when you say that, whatever Tomas announced, I'm not familiar with all that. Is it the hard plastic models?
I'm not sure. Bakamaru says, I'm over here painting eyes, and you say I'm getting real spiritual. Mess me up so bad. Hey, that's on you. I can't. I'm not responsible. That is funny,
Not responsible.
On says, do you think Monument Hobbies will have a grimdark paint set somewhere in the future? Ooh,
A what?
A grimdark paint set.
Nah, we already have all the colors you need to paint in whatever style you need. I'm not a fan of that nomenclature attached to colors. It is a technique and a style. You know, our competition can do whatever they want, but it's just marketing, right? And I prefer to tell you that if you want to paint something grim and dark, you know, use a color palette that is befitting of that. And we already make all those colors. So the problem that we have with doing paint sets that would be like, hey, here's the fairy flesh set, or here's the flesh tone set, is that we chose early on in our company's life to do our sets based more like video game expansions, was the way that I looked at it. That every time we come out with new colors, you just get an expansion set, and the colors are not necessarily done in any sense of, you know, why those colors go together. They're just the colors you want. You know, think about it when you get your expansion for a video game. It just has lots of new content. And some of it's cool and goes together, and some of it's not, you know. And that's the thing with our paints. So what I don't want to do is sow confusion and say, here's the flesh set, because the way the market over the last 8 years has gotten used to us releasing paints is that when we say there's a set, they think that they're new colors. So if I release a flesh set, a lot of people are going to think, oh, look, new Procro colors, and they would buy them. So if I did a grimdark set, people would think, oh, look, new colors. And they'd buy them, and they'd already have those colors because they aren't new.
Green Tea Dragon Brush Primer to put on my airbrush. That link I just sent you takes you to our airbrush primers. Those are amazing.
Yeah, anytime you ask about paints here, you'll hear about Procro.
Yep.
We manufacture paint here in the United States and make some of the absolute best liquid acrylics on the planet. That's what you see me using here live. Feel free to ask any questions, but you can also ask about techniques. One of the things we always like to promote here is that we're not just a stream talking about our own stuff. Obviously, we have to support the wonderful people that do all the work around here, and so we appreciate you guys supporting us like that and trying Pro-Acryl and buying from us. But if you have questions just about techniques in general, we do not care what products you're using so long as you're painting.
Ronan says, thinking of doing a type of warp rust verdigris with pink or purple for my Emperor's Children. Would I be better off using Noosh or glaze and wash medium? Oh, interesting. Warp rust verdigris. Warp rust verdigris.
So the glaze wash medium is an additive medium, meaning that when you use it, you're going to paint the color on the model and leave it. So if you're doing very specific placements of your rust effect, you know, wherever you want to place it, if you just want to paint it in those sections and leave it, then the glaze wash medium could work very well. The Noosh is a subtractive weathering medium, meaning that when you mix a color in with Noosh and put it on the model, the goal is to wipe it off, and that what's left behind creates filters, streaks, grime, pushes into the recesses, and causes buildup there. So it can do very well also for that. They both will give different effects. And, you know, whereas the Noosh will create a look like this.
Yeah.
Much quicker with an overall filter. This gloomy kind of bruised white, I call it. I did a black-brown filter over the top, and so it made it very dirty looking all the way around. This was a much brighter model until the Noosh went on, so it very quickly gives an overall filter that makes the whole thing look weathered. So that works really well, whereas if I'd have done this with glaze wash medium, the filter would not have been as intense, or would have pooled more like a wash and looked more like a wash, where this looks like grit and grime on the model because you wipe it and you give it dimension. It stays where you put it, but then it streaks, and so it has a little bit more physicality to it and feels like material that's applied on top. Mud, grit, rust, grime. Whereas a wash from the glaze wash medium won't have that dimension to it. It'll run smoothly over the surface. It'll pool up around rivets. It'll get in the recesses like a wash does and look like staining and not give you that same weathered look. So it just depends on what your final goal is. If you want something that looks like there's grime on the model with this warp rust or whatever you're calling it, then I think Noosh might work better. They are very specific in their use. They can perform some of the same in-game goals, but it'll be largely dependent on how easy or difficult they make it for you to do it. If you can remember those terms, additive and subtractive. If you want to paint the color into a specific spot and leave it alone, then glaze wash medium is your choice. And if you want to, just glop the stuff on the model and wipe it off much more like an oil filter or oil wash, dot filters, things like that, then Noosh is the way to go. They both are great ways to provide filtering effects on your model, just different in the way you apply them.
Ronan says, super helpful, thanks. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of envisioning more of my grimy look. Oh, nice. Envisioning more of a grimy look.
Grimy.
Oh, grimy, not grimy. Yeah, Noosh is amazing for that. I've been really liking Noosh
It does
lately.
it so fast.
It does. It's cheat mode.
Watch the video where I do that exact model.
Yeah.
That
link
Death
it.
Guard dreadnought.
I guess I can link it.
Yeah. And check out that model. It'll show you how I do it in stages. The thing with Noosh is to make sure that you section the model out, do it in stages so you don't get too much coloring anywhere.
Or you do the opposite and you just load it up with Noosh. That's what I did on my Stompa.
When you wanted a super grimy
Yeah.
filter, you can just dump the whole model in it basically and then wipe it off. You just need to be a little speedy because if you leave it anywhere too much, you'll get splotchy effects where some of it dries faster than others.
Absolutely.
So you just have to get your process down. I typically say learn to use Noosh by sectioning the model off, and then as you get more confident with it, you can paint larger areas and move faster. But it'll give you, minutes and minutes of work time. So again, like everything when doing filters, err on the side of more Noosh, and then you can build layers up. You can put multiple layers of your Noosh color on the model.
More Noosh. You dipped a Stompa? How much Noosh was it? No, I didn't dip
It's like
it.
a whole bottle.
I used half of a bottle to really just get it in there.
He just made a big batch, and then
And I just used a big
painted it
old
on the
hobby
entire
brush.
surface pretty much. It worked great.
I might actually do that on I was going to talk to Jason about that, but I was going to potentially one of these days show you guys I have two Morkanauts or Gorkanauts that would actually be really cool to do a Noosh rusty metal workup. So I might do that at some point,
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
I might be able to do it next week. You're gone a little bit next week, Jason.
A little or all? I'm here one day next week.
Next week? Oh, yes. So we're
I
going
leave
to
Tuesday and I'm gone until the following week.
We're going to be talking about a couple things that we might do for some fun next week. Stay tuned. I might do a Noosh tutorial, or not. Let me rephrase that: a non-conventional way of using Noosh. That's how I use it, and I really like how it comes out. So you guys could be able to see the process from start to finish. Maybe. I don't know yet. You got to think about that.
He's very non-committal.
I want to do that, but I also want to make sure that you guys are getting true value. And I think it would be valuable.
Remember what I said when I said don't ever come up and sell yourself short?
Oh, I'm selling myself short.
You sell yourself short all the time.
Oh, I'm selling it. 10,000 orcs says evening. That's a lot of orcs. Chris is an orc player. Heck yeah, man. Yes, I am. I love orcs. I have a Stompa, 2 Gorkanauts, and Knobs, and that's it in my list. I don't really play often, but I do like painting them.
Yeah, orcs are one of my faves.
Is next... Oh, maybe I'll... No. There's some time where Jason's out, so maybe I'll partake in Orktober with you guys. I have orcs to paint, so we could paint some orcs.
Jen and I have to take a business trip next week. We're gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fly back Friday, but I won't be back in the office Friday. So I will miss you guys. But Chris and the crew will take good care of you.
I guess so.
I mean, you know.
Jacob. Yeah. Jacob's gonna paint.
I would. Not very
What?
We told him he can give a lesson on how to paint Nagash in one setting.
Oh.
That's Jacob's claim to fame. He never paints. He dislikes painting, I think. Is that fair to say, Jacob?
Yeah.
He didn't really like painting. But when he was getting into AOS and we were playing a lot, he took his Nagash, built it in one day, and then painted it the next. And showed up one day with it built and played a game, and then the next day with it painted and played another game. And then he lost his momentum.
My favorite model.
It's a great model. I don't like his hat, but other than that, he's great.
You don't like the hat,
His hat
dude?
is so dumb.
Dude, that's what he's all about, though, man. He's all about the hat.
I used to hate the hat, but I've come to love the hat.
You have
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
It's Stockholm syndrome.
It's Stockholm Syndrome.
Dude, when he casts those 9 spells at your enemy, boo, cha-boo, cha-boo. Come on. With the hat, too? Come on, man. It's good stuff.
What special dice just for him to cast spells? Bold.
He gets good casting. Awkwardish Panda, look at these glorious late night nerds. What's up, Awkwardish?
What's going on, Awkwardish?
We're hanging out, having some fun. Commandos are the best to paint. Yes, the commando models are cool.
Commando?
Or commandos.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
The ones out of the
models.
kill team box?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pretty
Orcs
cool.
always have a lot of really good personality to the models anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes the boys get a little,
Repetitive.
repetitive.
Yep.
When they did the Beast Boys or whatever
Beast
it was?
Boys, Snaggle Boys or something like that.
Beast Snaggers?
I don't know.
Yeah, Beast Snaggers or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Then they added some, and then the personality started coming back per model. There were a lot of variations. But then, that Kill Team box set is great.
Yep.
That's some of the best orc models ever.
They're very cool, very fun. Awkward Panda just got home. Nice. Yeah, we're streaming for a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Don't get too comfortable. I got to put on my serious pants.
What pants are you wearing right now?
If any.
Oh, you're not wearing pants right now.
I might not be. I looked down just to double check. Yeah, I'm not. I'm wearing them.
What pants are they?
They're my pants.
They're my pants.
Da-da-da-da-do. Hey.
You're not wearing borrowed pants?
Maybe? I don't know why I hesitated. No, these aren't borrowed pants. Only borrowed time.
We're all living on borrowed time, Chris.
Wow. That's real. Just got really real in here, Jacob.
Eventually they call you to call that debt due.
Oh, man. Somebody must captain the Dutchman. Stab the heart. That's all I've always been told. Almost.
My time is paid back.
Jacob's time is paid back, everybody.
That's why he doesn't breathe anymore.
That's why he likes Nagash.
Yeah.
Awkwardish said, I had to be in sports mom pants, and now I've got to be paying for the rest of the night because we're home and people are fed and laundry folded. Nice.
People are fed, laundry's folded.
Unpaid bills
Life is
paid.
good.
Chris is wearing his hot dog eating pants.
This is also
Courtesy
true.
of Jacob. Those glizzies. Come on now. I don't like saying that word, but Gabe says it, and now I guess that's what the cool kids
What's
say.
the word?
Glizzies.
What is that?
Man, you get some glizzies.
Oh my god.
That's how you have to say that, Jason.
How
Can
did I
you-
hire these people?
Jason, can you say it just like that? And
No.
a 1 and a 2 and a...
Kyle
No.
says it all the time.
Yeah,
No.
Kyle. I can always see Kyle be like, "Yeah, man, no, I'm getting some glizzies." That's what.
That's exactly what he
That's
does.
what Kyle does. He
rubs
goes
his
like
hands
this.
together just like that.
Oh, I'm getting some glizzies, man. He's going like this. Ugh. Kids today, right, Jason? I
Freaking
remember when I was
whippersnappers.
in my 40s. Now I have to deal with all these kids every day.
Considering you haven't hit your 40s yet.
No, I have hit my 40s. I remember my 40s. I'm
you-
way past that, man.
You haven't even hit your 40s.
Chat, I am like to publicly say that I am 48 years old as of July this year. So, look,
That we have a guest.
we do.
Look at
It's
that.
Jacob.
There's like a fly on the friggin'
Oh,
thing.
my lord.
Turning to Nerdle?
He's like, you talking
Get
about
off of this.
you talking about glizzies?
Here, I can find-
Yeah, man.
No, man.
I was 48 years old 2 months ago. Isn't that crazy?
X up in chat.
Come on now.
Here's the
I dare
lies.
you. This is more flattering if you put an X here.
Here's
'cause
the
then
lies.
I'm like, oh, wow.
What's up with the X's?
Jason does
Anytime
that
Chris lies.
to defame me publicly. That's what the X's are for.
How do I join the cause?
Oh, there's no
You can
cause.
throw stuff at him from off screen.
Don't do that, Jacob. A lot of stuff around you is expensive. Don't do it with that stuff. No, Okran, I'm not. Thank you. It's my skincare regimen. I'm an old man. That's right. I'm going gray. Luckily, my Italian heritage has kept me youthful, and oily skin keeps me youthful. Isn't that right, Jacob? See, he's laughing to confirm
I can
truth.
Confirm that it is oily.
That is very oily. I have oily skin. What are you gonna do? I can thank my father and his father for that.
Chat. I apologize profusely.
Don't apologize.
Oh, I have to. I respect these people.
They're good people.
And yet I, on a daily basis, force them to have to deal with you.
I don't think you have to deal with me. I don't think you have to do anything. You choose to, Jason. Isn't that right, Jacob?
Here, don't keep pulling Jacob into this.
Jacob's right here.
I don't know why you asked me like I'm on your.
Yeah, right?
Mo says, well, I'm 52, Chris. I'm 52 and Chris looks way, way older than I do, so I can believe the 48 thing. Hey, Mo. Thank you.
He's not.
Mo, you look very youthful then. Oh, come on. You can't talk to Chris like that. His mother was a space marine, you know. She was a good lady. One of these days, we'll pay thousands of dollars to get my mom a space marine suit for a commercial. And we'll go out with a bang. Getting sued.
I wonder, now that you've said this,
I wonder how we can pull this off.
like how we could use Space Marine cosplay in a monument video and not get sued.
I don't think it's possible, is what I'm saying. We can be a Marine in space.
We make like a costume that is reasonable facsimile that would we need to think about this.
I like that you know when Jason's gonna switch subjects when he takes his glasses off. He's like, all right.
Like we make
Hear me out.
We make okay, hear me out, chat. Slick Willie's feta chili.
This is great. She makes spaghetti the right way, gabagoo.
What did we add? What did we add to the feta chili the other day?
I don't know, man. I tune out the feta chili thing.
Somebody else had a really great idea, and I don't remember
kidding.
what it was.
Slick Willie's feta chili.
Cheesesteak cake.
Cheesesteak cake.
But somebody added something else really cool to it the other day, and I don't remember what it was.
It was something with grapes. I don't know.
Something with grapes?
I don't remember.
I don't think grapes had anything to do with it.
What chapter would the Space Marine soup be? Mars.
What? Chris, that didn't even make sense.
We would have to do it where it's a Marine in space. That's how we pull this off. That's it. And if you don't get it from there, we have failed you. Awkwardish says, I'm 43 and Chris is way younger than me. Awkwardish? No.
What I want to do, though, is I would love to make a little skit commercial.
Okay.
Where we are dressed up as some reasonable facsimile or, close in proximity to a Space Marine.
Okay.
And then start painting models and talk about how it really, takes the edge off after a long day of killing in the galaxy.
Yeah. No, don't say these out loud. GW will come steal this idea. No free pub. Dang it, Jason.
I know, I'm bad at this.
That's gonna happen. Burn the heretics and paint some models.
Yeah, That's like when I think back to Jen saying, "What do? We burn the heretics." And she had like a big smile, her big Jen smile going on. Burn the heretics.
Oh, get a
so
drink of your
great.
favorite Pro
When we
Curl.
painted the Jen Marine.
False. Yes. Wow. Flapjack says, I'm 32 and Chris is way older than me. That's true, Flapjack. I am way older than you.
You are not way older than 32.
I am, though.
Oh, my God.
I'll show you my driver's license.
You should. Right now,
I
on
can't,
stream.
No, I'm not going to do that. 'Cause
See?
They'll take all my numbers
See?
and steal
he has
my
no
identity.
numbers worth taking.
Do I have numbers at all? I am one of those people where, like I'm on like a secret mission, right? I'm deep FBI, CIA agent or something like that, right? Who has gone way undercover through like, oh yeah, I'm into the hobby, and then one of these days I'm gonna have to pop out and do what I originally came here to do and take Jacob to jail.
Well, Jacob is Yakov
That's
the
what I'm
Russian
saying.
spy.
That's
We've
why
known this
I'm
for
here.
a long time.
Right? Jacob keeps going from laying down to coming back over here to defend himself to going to lay back down. I'm Commander John Space Marine, and this is my favorite snack on the space station. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Bakamaru. Hired. Script writing. Here you go. How's it going, Jacob? What do you have to say to the people?
I'm brainstorming.
About you being taken to jail or commercials?
About commercials.
Okay, that's good. We
Is
don't
it
want
about
you
being
thinking.
a Russian spy.
We don't want to think about.
I don't wanna-
Jacob's like, all right, my first pitch
What is
I
this
need.
fly? How did this fly get in the studio?
Jacob's first pitch is like, all right, everybody, I need everybody's social security numbers written out for me perfectly. Jacob, why do you need that? No reason. Script writing.
Putting words in my mouth.
I
wouldn't say anything
don't
even
know.
close to that.
I'm just expecting it.
Why?
I don't know, man. You're a spy.
My
Hey.
reputation is like chairs and hot dogs. It's not like stealing your information.
Super Duper John, 9 months. Thank you, Super Duper.
Thank you. What was that sigh for?
Jacob.
You done with yourself?
Jacob is going to be coming for our numbers, man.
What numbers?
All of them.
What? Christopher,
Yes, sir.
have you ever taken a step back and asked yourself if you make any sense
Have you ever
at all?
seen a grown man naked?
You
That's
like-
what I thought you were gonna say.
Scraps is a boy dog.
Oh my gosh.
Do you like Viking movies? No, gladiator movies.
You like
Do you like gladiator movies?
You like gladiator movies?
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Oh, dude, that's funny. Yeah, that's good stuff. Wow. Perfect. As long as I can be the first Monument remote employee, says Bakamaru. No,
Nope, not gonna happen.
you
You cannot be remote and work for Monument
will
Hobbies
get down
unless
here. Unless
you run our internet,
Another
one of our
country.
international offices.
you're in another country. And technically, that's not remote. That's us. That's our soil.
It's the only thing. Yeah, it's the only thing that is not in this office is in one of our other offices. It's so funny to say that. Like, I still can't get over the fact that we have other offices.
And we're on our way to the rest of the world. Just you wait.
Watch out, chat. We're coming
Super
to your
duper.
town.
First time seeing you guys live in months, and here I'm at the end. Yeah, super duper. I know you haven't been around. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
No. None of that. Welcome back. None of that. No. Green Tea Dragon says, "Where's your Canadian office if you have one?" Question mark.
It is in Ontario. We just got our incorporation documents yesterday. So we are officially Monument Hobbies Canada now, or have a Monument Hobbies Canada office. That just all came through the legal channels, like I said, yesterday. So that's awesome. That's where Jen and I are going next week to work on a lot of the finalizations for that stuff.
Yep.
So we'll have more forthcoming info on when we hope to get going on launching that site. Jacob will be part of that. He's in here with us. But yeah, there will be a Monument Hobbies Canada website. We already have the domain and everything, and it's all, it just needs product launched in it and product in the warehouse and all the shipping set up and stuff like that, and then you'll be able to do that. So we're excited about that.
Big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. We haven't been able to service Canada, and it's right next door, right? And especially now with all of the legal trade ramifications, Canada seems to be further and further away on a daily basis.
So we're
and
coming
this
to
is
you.
going to help us a lot so that we can eat those costs of, tariff and all that stuff up front, where it's easier to pay at the manufacturer side than it is for you at the retail cost side. So that's our goal worldwide right now, is to be able to continue to offer good value to all of our customers by spending the resources on our end to make it easier for you to order. There you go. Every now and then we look like we're kind of smart.
Every once in a while, chat.
Every once in a while, we do okay. So yeah, the Canadian website will be up and running by the new year, if not sooner, is my hope. If we can have it up by the holidays, we will. We just have to figure out a warehouse fulfillment. I've got the lease in hand. I just need to talk to him about it when I go up there next week, and hopefully we'll get the lease dialed in, and we can start doing stuff. We have a tremendous support group in Canada that would love to support us even greater, but it's very hard. And our retailers up there can't get new releases as quick as obviously anywhere else, and so we'll be able to start servicing that a lot better, so that all of our great retail partners will be able to get stuff quicker and be more a part of the family too. So we're very excited about it.
Big stuff. And by big stuff, I mean big stuff.
I almost said, and by big stuff, he means big.
I mean big stuff. Wow. I just remember when I was such a youthful guy,
He's still playing on this card, chat. Can I just get continual X's in chat? Because it's just lying liar who lies named Chris Day.
I'm offended.
This guy almost made it too, Chris.
No. How many boys you got left up there?
One. This is it.
This is it?
This is it.
Wow.
This is it. Well,
No.
I mean, for getting the base coat on.
No. Not the base coat. This is a part of the workup. This is going in the video. You know that. It's like, well, first you're gonna layer these guys up with dark yellow green.
First,
Then
you're going to
get
pretend
some
like you're
more.
painting them gold, and then you're
then-
going to stop halfway through and decide that painting them silver makes more sense.
That's right. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, pivot. That's what this.
It's part of the journey.
That's what this hobby's all about. Paint something and then reprime it.
It's part of the... Well, I didn't reprime anything.
I know.
Let's not get carried away here.
Let's not pull a Jordan.
Let's not get carried away. I am not trying to change that much.
Jordan is probably not here to defend himself, and he's not. But Jordan, great guy, likes to start over sometimes. You know what? And that's okay. Isn't that right, Jason?
Jordan is super confident in getting something the way he likes it.
That's right.
And I cannot grieve him of that at all. I think that the fact that he just jumps at it and is like, you know what? I don't like this. I'm changing it. And
It's a
on
great
me,
thing.
a lot of times I look at it and I'll be like, I'm not super happy with that, but I'm lazy and I don't want to do it over. And Jordan's just already got it painted again.
He's done. He's did it to do. I'm going for it. OMG, here we go on the Jordan reprime again. Hey, he's famous for it. So, sorry that I talk about Elvis Presley and rock and roll, but sometimes you got to bring it out. Uber.
Are you comparing Jordan to Elvis Presley now?
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Oh, Chad. Paid professionals.
I guess so.
Closed course. Don't try this at home.
Close course. Wow. How does it feel to be putting another layer of Payne's Gray onto these guys, Jason?
Fantastic.
It looks good. That dark yellow green really makes it pop.
The metallic silver that we're doing on this, or the non-metallic silver, but
I think that's fair to say.
it looks really good on this whole
Heck yeah, man.
army. And when I did these guys, I really love the contrast it creates to the red.
Yeah.
So I want all the troop level non-veteran assault marines to be done in the silver, and then all the veterans in gold. I think that'll really pop in the army, because all of the army is 75-80% veterans.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot of gold, and then these guys will kind of stand out. They'll also die the quickest, probably.
No, not with that attitude. Jason, playing these games is 100% believing that you will roll high.
My guy's going to do it. They'll survive.
I can't wait to take my Thunder Boys and defeat every opponent that comes against me.
That ain't happening.
No, it is actually. I did the math on the mathematics of rolling. I have a high probability of winning every round I play. With how I've
Where
done it
did this come from, this probability?
You said that to me in confidence.
I did what?
You came up to me and you took your glasses off, right?
Oh, here we go.
Chris, this is probably the best army I've ever seen made. Congratulations. Here's a plaque. And I put that plaque up on my wall, and I'm going to ride with it, man.
Where are the X's?
Jason actually did do that. So I just want to clarify that.
I did what?
Yeah, you told me that mathematically that my army was going to be the best.
No, I didn't.
And actually that nobody could contend with my army.
Oh, I did say that.
Technically, you said nobody was probably going to beat me at all.
I did say that.
You actually said, Chris, I won't even play you because it's not even worth it.
The game's already decided.
The game's already decided because your list is so magnificent.
This is what I told him, to rope-a-dope him into feeling so confident
No.
that he lays his stuff out on the table, gets absolutely steamrolled.
I don't think so.
He's going to get trucked.
Because at 3,000 points, I have a pretty dang good army. Isn't that right?
You better not let me get into close combat with you.
So are you saying you're going to play my 3,000 point army?
No, I will play your dude army, not your Titan army. I see what you're doing there,
You
Chris.
found me out. You almost got him.
I am not born yesterday.
You did say that nothing could probably beat this thing.
No, you went from talking about your custodes to doing that.
I don't have custodes.
You do have,
I have
custodes.
Thunder Warriors.
No, you have custodes.
Technically, they're the talons of the Emperor.
No, actually.
Actually, they're talons of the Emperor, and my Titan, it will be undefeated.
Because it'll never play anybody.
Oh, it'll play. It'll play.
Philip's such a good sport. Philip's like, oh, I'll play you, Chris.
Yeah, so did Chance. So did Gabe. They'll all play.
Oh.
And I will stand by said I made the best list. Technically, it's one model, but it's a dang good list.
It's the one model that in the book actually says shouldn't play this.
You shouldn't. Underlined, shouldn't. That doesn't mean it's impossible. You just shouldn't do it. Huge difference.
It's like the power level of this model is so excruciating, you should only play it in groups or amongst friends where you have discussed it beforehand.
And I have discussed.
Oh, you've told us.
I've definitely discussed.
You've told us. That's what you've done. You've
Flapjack.
talked at us and said, oh, you'll have fun.
You will have fun. I'll make it fun for you.
You'll make it fun for
as
you.
I annihilate the board with my Hellfire missile rocket barrager.
Every weapon you have on that Warlord Titan has like a minimum range of like 120 inches. The board isn't even as big
says
as
240 or something.
It's like 240.
Wacky.
Yeah, it's like 8 tables.
I'm like, what is this? Why do you even put this in here?
Well, in a lot of those narrative games, believe it or not, they play across multiple tables.
No.
And yeah, when you go to the big events and they have the narrative 40K or the narrative heresy events, they'll play it across like 12 tables.
No, they'll do it on the ground.
They'll have this half loyalist and this half, and you can shoot stuff at the other end of the table. If you've got a warlord here, you can say, I'm shooting that guy's Fellblade that's down there 12 tables away.
That's right.
And you just run down there and roll dice. And that guy doesn't even know you're playing the game and you killed his model.
That's right. Why, Flapjack says, why don't Chris's larger models simply eat the smaller ones? They will.
What do you mean, eat?
He's trying to mock my Thunder Warriors, but that's okay.
Oh, they are a little oversized. If we want to get...
No, they're actually perfectly sized. I will stand by that. Because they're not that much bigger than these guys.
They're a lot bigger than these.
No, they're not. They're only like a head taller.
No.
No.
Yes. My Praetor looks like a 3-year-old.
It really doesn't. Your Saturnine guy looks like the same size as my guy.
Okay, remember what he just said. My Saturnine guy
it's
the same size as his guy.
Tomato.
His normal dudes are this size. My Praetor is this size.
No, wait. My Tribune, my main guy is this size. My other guys are just a hair bigger than this guy.
No, I trust Jordan more than I trust you. Jordan says you put them next to your guys and they're abusively big.
No. Look.
This is my Praetor.
That's what I'm saying. It's that's the size of my guys. Yes. They're just a little bigger. Just like a head bigger, my normal guys. And that's what in the lore they're supposed to be a head taller. I looked this up. It's thematic.
I don't believe you. Like these guys are. This is Space Marines.
Well, these are not Space Marines, technically, Jason.
Oh, that's right.
Right?
They're Thunder Warriors.
I'm gonna bring this with me every time I make
I
a
play
kill.
Thunder Warriors. Hello, my name is Christopher.
I really
And I like to play
don't
Thunder
appreciate you giving me that voice.
I am here to play with my Thunder Warriors.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna wreck your army. Wreck it. Oh wow. I like the pull my finger guy.
Yeah. Wait, that guy? Hey, pull my finger.
Is that
That's
what he's
great
doing?
when he is. He's like, hey, pull my finger.
Okay, that's kind of funny, but I do like those claws. All your claws.
That's
came
my
out great.
Praetor. My jump pack. Everybody has a jump pack.
I was just about to say, wait a second. I think everybody's
This is
got
my
it.
Legion champion.
Okay, he's all right. A lot of bits on that guy.
There's a lot of bits on most of these guys.
You did that.
This is my Forge Lord.
What's he forging?
12 Thalax cohorts
Okay.
that have heavy weapons. My only strength 8 weapons
We
are
need-
from the Forge Lord.
We need that battle report. I will not be editing a battle report.
So here's the deal. Your Warlord Titan has 8 Void Shields.
Right.
I have with my Thalax cohorts the ability to actually take out your Void Shields because they have strength 8 weapons that are AP2 with 24 shots
Okay.
across the units.
Okay.
So I would have 24 strength 8 shots,
Okay.
which means on average, hitting on 4s, I should be able to take out 4 or 5 Void Shields a turn
Okay.
with that.
You
So
can
in 2
beat him.
turns, I could take all the Void Shields down, and then I couldn't hurt him.
Unless I blow you off the map before that.
You don't have enough weapon and activations to do
What
that
if
because
I-
I have enough dudes.
What if I do, though?
But you don't.
But I could.
But you can't.
I don't know. Okay, Jason, you're right. I think you could fight him.
I can't do any damage to your armor.
You don't know that yet. Not with that attitude.
Your chest has armor 15, which I don't have a single weapon that can even glance.
What?
Your
No.
legs have armor 14, which I can glance on a 6, but I can never do full damage to because I can't do penetrating shots.
No. Jason,
I don't have a single melta weapon in my army.
Jason, we talk about excellence here at Monument Hobby. We talk about persistence and showing up and all of that. I think you can do it. You just have to change your attitude. And we'll have fun. Isn't that right? We'll have fun. Isn't that right, Jacob? Jacob will play my Titan.
He already left because he was done with your
No,
lies.
Jason, he's laying it down over here.
He's laying on the floor.
That's right.
What game is this?
30K.
No, it's the Hoss Heresy.
Sure. How many points is your...
3,000.
I don't have that many.
You'll figure it out.
If I can acquire 3,000 points.
If I can play Nagash as a Titan,
If I can acquire 3,000 points of...
we'll get you
You
3,000.
finished a
points.
model. Oh, you know what? Before we go, I got to fix something there.
Where do you have to go?
I got to fix something.
We do have to go here in a little bit.
Well, I'm fixing something first.
What are you doing? What are you
I'm
fixing?
doing something.
something win on scenario. Yeah, I will win. I love playing with my friends. And they love playing with me.
This is his version of playing with his friends.
Why?
Is bringing abusive lists.
Yes. It's fun. Good fun.
I get it.
Jason is farming Chris's tears because no one will play with his Titan. Not true. I have a list of people who will play with my Titan. I also have to pay them $20 per game, but that's okay. I'm not paying my friends. Wait. Dr. Rhino says, wait. What if Horse Heresy had a massive southern draw? Father, I do declare. We are the Horse Heresy. Hey, speaking of Horse Heresy, Mike Disney raiding. What's up, Raiders?
Hello.
You caught us on the back end of stream. We are going a little late tonight. What are you fixing, Jason?
I wanted to blend that little shine in just a little bit so that it was more like this one up here. It didn't have as much of a brightness change across that.
Which
so
one?
I just glazed some pyro red across it.
What?
This little shine down here.
Oh, that little
Pop in real close. It had this little, see that little pyramid-shaped glow?
Yeah.
It was a little too bright, so I just glazed red over it to make it look more like this area. I really like this, and that's what I intended for it to be. So I glazed a little bit of red over it to get it back there.
Dr. Rhino says, best red paint in the game. Thank you.
Bingo, bango. We finished our dreadnought today. Even painted the base, chat. Look at that.
Like a cat playing. Sorry, we were talking about the Horse Heresy. No, it's Horse Heresy. You're right.
The horse.
Flab. Horse Heresy. Okay. You only get a couple of those. You only get a couple of those.
Wilbur.
We'll play. We'll have a good time. You know?
So, for those of you that just showed up, bring you up to speed.
Yeah.
Chris has a Warlord Titan, and Chris thinks that it'll be fair to play all of our 3,000-point armies with his Warlord Titan.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
So, for those of you that don't know, a Warlord Titan has 13 Void Shields.
8.
8 Void Shields.
I think it's 8.
It has 8 Void Shields at Strength 14. They have armor 13, 8 Void Shields. Okay? So, you have to do Strength 13 and hit to take a Void Shield out. And it doesn't matter how many times you hit the Void Shield, you only take out 1 per shooting volley. So, 1 unit can only ever take out 1 Void Shield.
Okay.
Even if you shoot it 8 times.
Okay.
You can take out 1 Void Shield. And then the next round of shooting, or the next unit that shoots at it, can take out another. So anyway, you have to get through 8 Void Shields before you actually start doing damage. And every turn, he gets to roll to possibly bring a Void Shield back.
Okay.
So you're already up against that attrition.
All right.
He has a bajillion hull points for each part of his body. Legs, torso, arms, head.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
The legs are armor 14. The chest is armor 15, which I don't know that exists anywhere else in the game.
Okay.
Which means that las guns or las cannons and other strength 9 weapons can only ever glance you, and that's most armies' most powerful weapons.
Okay.
So they can only ever glance, which means they can only ever do 1 damage per wound. And he's got 50 million hull points. So in 4 rounds of gaming, I don't think a non-Titan, super heavy tank army can bring down a Warlord Titan.
So,
I just don't think it happens.
So what you're saying is that you possibly could with a better attitude.
No. That's exactly not what I said.
I think you could if you just change your attitude.
I don't think attitude has anything to do with it. I think math
No!
is generally the thing that's...
Don't bring your math in here.
I don't think the attitude and numbers are in the same thing.
No.
Dr. Ryder's like, hear me out, though.
No. Hear me out. No. The numbers are not in favor of it. No.
Someone else should bring a Titan of their own. None of us have anything other than... I mean, I have a Warhound.
Okay.
A Warhound... The Thunderhawk could hurt it, but the Thunderhawk only takes out 1 Void Shield. With the las cannons, maybe takes out 2 Void Shields a turn. 4 turns could take out 8 Void Shields, and then the game's over. Right?
Uber.
The math says buy a lotto ticket because you have a much better chance of winning the lotto than bringing his Titan down. Yes, exactly.
Uber. You can't
Exactly.
win if you don't play.
Yeah, the numbers are definitely not in favor of it, Dr. Rhino.
Just saying. Can't win if you don't play.
Definitely not in favor of it.
He'll figure it out.
It's a fun model, and it looks good on the table, but it is atrocious to have to play it. Plus, we haven't even talked about its weapons, what it puts out offensively every turn. It's like Macro Cannon puts a 10-inch pipe plate down on the ground that is like strength 12.
That's okay.
AP2.
That sounds good. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'd be
figure
fine.
it out.
We'll house rule it.
We'll house rule it. It'll
Can't
be
lose
fun.
if you don't play. See, that's the thing.
See?
Go out swinging. Just don't play.
You can't lose if you don't play. I see what you did there, Panic Bomb. I think people will have fun. That's just my 2 cents.
That's what we said, is that if we had all the armies against him, my army is only good at holding objectives while everybody else tries to kill him. That's the thing I could do.
And then I can blast those guys off the map.
Yeah, Chris is just putting his model down as a show of superiority. He's like, beat me if you can, plebeians.
That sounds like fun.
So a couple Arvis lighters and some steel cables to trip it like Hoth, like 8 AT-ATs on Hoth. This I'm into. There should be a way to house rule that.
We'll figure it out.
Pseudo asynchronous would need to add battlefield elements to do additional damage to the Titans. Yeah, like field cannons. Like you have to get to the big plasma arrays and power them up by having your unit sit on it for a turn, and then it gets to take a shot at it that does 80 bajillion damage.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool, dude.
There's cool narrative things that you could do.
We could do that. Whatever gets us playing. And because I would like to see a painted Titan on the table.
Like arguing with a Superman fan who would win in a fight. Always Superman.
No.
If you ask Superman fans, then it's always Superman.
It is always Superman.
You have to admit that Superman has been nerfed due to the need for more characters in comic books.
He has.
Superman's power level has been sent swarming to the bottom because they've had need for more big bads and more things to sell comic books.
It's the classic, like, how much his key under his mat weighed. Have you seen that scene, that old animated scene where he's talking to Lois Lane? He's like, hey, I leave the key under the mat. Try to pick that up.
It's like a 14,000 pound key?
It's like 1,500 tons or some wild number. I'm like, if that key weighs that much.
It's made out of some material from Jupiter.
Shouldn't
it's like super dense.
Yeah. Shouldn't he be obliterating everything he touches? Anyway.
His power level is exactly where it needs to be to suit the story's purposes. Yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out.
Exactly.
We will not do a battle report, though. I'm sorry.
Go get a kid and put him in a Titan costume to fight Chris's Titan. All right, and the kid just goes, like Kyle's son just comes out and kicks the ever-loving snot out of Chris's Titan enters in one piece and exits in all the pieces.
That would be hilarious if we could get a small kid to like dress up as a Titan and just, now hold still, and then we move the kid across the board.
I love it. He just comes in and like hauls off and kicks it. He's
That's
in like
hilarious.
a cardboard box suit.
Live stream the game? No. We don't have the
If we were to ever come
technology.
up with something, we don't have an area where we could stream a table big enough to put a Warlord Titan on it, unfortunately. The
Jason.
thing's monstrous.
Not with that attitude.
Oh my god, it's not all attitude, Christopher. Christopher.
Hey! Dress the kid as Godzilla. Oh my gosh. Physically stepping on his opposing units. House rules.
Destroy a limb on the Titan, tie a couple M80s to the limb and actually blow it up. Oh.
House rule, you step 20 feet away and then you can take a lightweight dodgeball and throw it at the Titan. And if something comes off, I lose that weapon.
I feel like we could take it to the shooting range.
Oh my gosh.
We put the Titan at 200 yards.
200 yards.
Right.
See?
And then we put a proxy on the table.
No!
And then we play the game. And every time we take out a void shield in the game, we get to take a real shot at the Titan at 200 yards. Right?
That would be the cool...
I feel like by round 2, I'm pretty well zoned in on it to where I'm hitting dead center mass every time.
Okay.
Right? So I
Brother,
feel like by
brother.
turn 3, there's no Titan left. And then we win.
Brother.
We win. No more model.
I'm not shooting that model. I'm not gonna... I will play.
Irons, Avian. You got to shoot it off irons.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like
Codex supports this action.
you have to either that or very low mag scope. We couldn't get like a 10 by or anything like that.
We'll figure it out. That's the
We
bottom
get like
line,
a 2x or something.
If shooting my hard work gets Jason to play, so be it. Let the gaming
He
gods
says he would
decide.
take that one for the team. He would not take that one for the team.
If you let me rent a slow-mo camera, a phantom camera, and we did that, and I was able to rent the entirety of a gear setup to film it, I 1,000% would do that.
Dude, that would be rad.
I'm talking like we go rent one of the cheapest Phantoms out there at 3,000 frames per second. You're still going to see something blow
Warlord
up.
Titan versus 762.
I
Who
think that would be
wins?
hilarious and awesome. That's okay. We're Dude Perfect of the Hobby or whatever that channel is. Anyway, well,
I just want to see the concussive force of like a 30 cal
just wrecking that thing.
hitting a big piece of resin.
Set up the death ray. No, that's fire. That's not as exciting. I just want a slow-mo camera rental. That's what I'm trying to get out of this for myself. If we're going to blow up that model, it's got to be worth the footage.
Set up that. Ooh, we have a death ray.
We do. I don't want to do that. That's boring. I
No,
want to
but we can do
shoot
that
it.
here, and that could be the thing we were talking about. That is like the environmental narrative thing. Is it each turn the death ray? Each turn that you don't kill a unit, the death ray moves closer to the Titan,
So it's just going to burn the whole ground.
and then it's just going to catch the whole mat on fire. Like the turn that it hits the mat, but not the Titan. It's like, all right, we got to play faster.
Yeah, seriously.
Because it just starts burning the mat down.
50 cal. Wow. No, it'd probably be.
I'm not spending $5 a shot to blow his Titan up,
No.
Dr. Rhino. 50 cal bullets are expensive.
Instantly copyright claimed. Sure. I'll
Sued by
donate.
GW. You blew up my Titan. You'll donate $5 per round. We can have chat just donate $5 to shoot the Barrett at the Titan. We'd have to move it like a mile out. You can't shoot a Barrett at something 200 yards away. I think that's against the Geneva Convention.
Oh my gosh. Well, look at us, chat. It's
All right,
about,
gang.
It's about that time.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We ran an hour and a half late. We got the late show. We got an hour and a half extra out of Chris.
There you go, chat. Don't
The
say I didn't
Geneva
do something for
suggestion,
you.
we call it.
The Geneva suggestion. That's hilarious, but horrible.
Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. Remember, if you're new here, we stream Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Monument Standard Time here from Phoenix, Arizona, and lovely Monument HQ. Make sure to try out some of our Pro Acrylic paints. Check out the links that Chris put up in chat. Remember, we do this all for you. We really appreciate your support. Next time you need some hobby goods, go give us a chance. I think you'll love what you find. We make some of the best paints, brushes, and amazing hobby content
That's
for
right.
you. Love your faces. New Canadian branch, yes, Doomsday Sprocket. We got Monument Hobbies Canada incorporated as of yesterday, so we are on the way to creating the website for Canada where you'll be able to buy directly from our Canadian warehouse with Monument employees and wonderful handling. Better serve our people in international climes, so it's going to be great.
That's right.
We've got monumenthobbies.eu already out there, so for everybody that's in Europe, you can go to monumenthobbies.eu. It's all full stock there in France, in our French office. Our lovely people there can take care of you. So give us a try. We're storming the world. World takeover imminent. We will be bringing 762 and lots of Titans. We're going to go shoot Titans in Germany. That'll be our shtick.
That's right, Super Duper. It is Monument Standard Time.
Monument Standard Time now. Yes, exactly. MST. It's right there. We didn't make it up. We're even taking over time zones. You can't stop us. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. Excuse me. We will be back again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, you're gone.
Thursday and Friday.
It's the
you'll have
Gabe. It's the Gabe and Jason show for Thursday, Friday.
That's right.
So Gabe will be producing with me on Thursday, Friday, but we have Chris tomorrow, and then Chris is taking some much-needed vacation time to hang out with family over the weekend. It's gonna be a lot of fun for him.
Yep.
So thanks so much. Stick around. Chris is gonna find us somebody to raid. So show some love on the channel we wind up and keep this energy going, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Adios, gang.